It's going down. What it is. Damn, man. Yo. Yo, people cannot like me, yo, or say what they want. Yo, but I'm the best doing this shit, man. That's why everybody steal my takes and they all over the internet. I told y'all exactly what happened. If y'all remember, I did a video saying, yo, Bricc baby dropped the low. Then I did a video saying, nah, it was Big U that dropped the low. Y'all remember that video? When I changed it from Bricc baby to Big U? And the reason I changed it from Bricc baby to Big U is because how Quando Rondo spoke on that No Jumper interview about Big U. Y'all remember that video? I'm like, yo, Bricc baby house got hit. Now, but I gotta say this though. I called Bricc baby a rat. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on it. I called Bricc baby a rat, right? Because I thought that he told where he got the low from, but that ain't what happened. They ain't never revealed. They knew it. They never revealed. They knew it. Where the low came from. That's why they tossed the gun case out. The gun case is out because they was coming down on them boys anyway. I mean, he's still told. Don't get me wrong. No, let me backtrack. He's still told, but he didn't tell to get out the gun case. But he definitely told on No Jumper. So yeah, let me rephrase that. Hey, OC, you remember? Yo, do y'all remember we watched that interview? Y'all see the video I posted in my community? Yo, I couldn't remember. We couldn't even watch the whole interview. That shit was despicable. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, why is he on that interview? Do y'all remember that interview, y'all? Y'all gotta remember we watched that interview on live. I turned it off. It was bad. It was real bad. I couldn't even watch it. I said, yo, what the fuck is this? I'm like, yo, Wack trying to get that man booked. Go watch that after the live. Watch that video I put in my community. And people not even holding Wack accountable. Like I'm gonna hold him accountable. You got that man booked, bro. But at the end of the day, Big U is fucking slime ball. He's slime ball, yo. Like yo, that's bitch made shit, bro. Like I don't be understanding niggas. Yo, for one, like I ain't got no sympathy for him. You feel me? Cause at 60 years old, you overly know better. You feel me? He was just taking advantage of the situation. He taking advantage that he in California, he got this power, he abused it. But this is what happens when you abuse power. This is what happens when you abuse power. And that's what the fuck yo did. He abused power. Like, yo, how you gonna have them boys paying you, then you getting them robbed? Like, come on, bro, I ain't respect that. But that still don't take away from what Wack 100 did. Wack 100 still a rat. Still an agent. He's still everything I said he was. But Big, you supposed to knew better. And for yo to be that age, still moving like that, it's like, yo, come on, bro. At 60, bro. All right, yo, if you want to move like that at 20, that's one thing. But to be moving like that at 60, bro, at 50, 55, 60, when they was giving you free bands. You just started, Biz. 144K, what it is. They was giving them free bands. So I'm ready. I got all the paperwork. They say Bricc baby in the whole separate indictment. He probably did give statements. That's why that shit's sealed. I honestly don't think Bricc baby even meant to say that. You know, Bricc baby be high, y'all. I don't think he meant to say what he said on live. He should have backtracked. But I told y'all, that shit got his house hit. Got his house, yo. See, yo, people got, yo. I keep trying to explain this shit to people, man. Like, y'all have been through real investigations, yo. Like, I know how this shit works. I know what they look for. I know how these people operate, man. I really don't just be on this bitch talking. For the people that think that, like, real think I just be on this bitch talking. Yo, how you know that? You just insinuate. Yo, because I know how these people operate. I done dealt with them twice. I had phone taps. I done been followed. I didn't, you know what I mean? House raids. You bitches, I know how they operate. But see, the thing is, these people with this fucking with these interrogation style interviews, hopefully this wake people up. It wasn't even just that. It was Adam, it was Wack, it was DJ Academics, it was Vlad, it was all of them, man. It was all of them. I mean, I ain't do no time. I did 3 years, bro. Fuck you mean I ain't do no time? 3 years as long as a bitch. Fuck you mean? I wouldn't have all this paperwork if I ain't do no time, bro. Then I did 5 years on parole probation. So I really did 8. God, we got a clown in here. Let me send you on your way. We ain't got time for clown time, y'all. Not clowning today. Nah, yo. I ain't had to do 15 to no paperwork, bro. I've been reading paperwork since I've been 20, bro. Fucking 40, my nigga. Not 20. Yes, I've been reading paperwork since I've been 20, bro. Like, I'm not a fucking YouTuber, my nigga. Like, I'm not Seti Nash, bro. Like, I'm not these academics. I'm reading paperwork since I've been 20, my nigga. I'm 40. I'm 39, my nigga. I'll be 40 this year, bro. I'd have had these papers for 16 years, bro. Let me take y'all to the new developments. Take y'all to the new developments before we get to the paperwork. So Big U turned himself in. Yo, I don't know what Real think, bro. Real be tripping. He said he 37. I'm thinking Real 22. I ain't the only one, y'all. Real think people just be agreeing because they yes man. No, yo, some people know about the system as well. Some people have been through serious crimes, yo, and had serious cases. But they put all hands on deck. Listen to this.
Yeah. So the murder rate's really gone down in LA? Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah. So the murder rate's really gone down in LA? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, the murder rate down a whole lot right now. Why do you think that is? I think that it was like 33 murders. Why do you think that is?
33 murders? God damn.
That's free the game. You know what I mean? Free the scores. Most of the scores in jail, you know, we up the murder rate. Nah, they be not even popping like that because they still fighting their cases and shit. But nah, most of the sliders.
During this investigation, we recovered 49 weapons, 5 pounds of methamphetamines, 10,000 fentanyl pills, and large amounts of cash.
They really get charged with all
that.
The
Rollin 16 scripts have been around for decades, and by some...
They really get charged with all that. These boys ain't never coming home. Them boys ain't never coming home, man. So this is the video Matter of fact, we'll wait till we get to the paperwork. So this is Luce Cannon getting arrested.
I just got my husband, you guys.
Wack lined that boy up. That's Luce Cannon right there.
I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
Damn.
I love.
Hey yo, somebody going to tell Wack did this shit. Yo, Wack did this, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, man. He was slow. He found a slow one, and he leveraged the fact that he had a dispute with Big U, and he weaseled around him, got information, got him to snitch on No Jumper, and here we are. Here we are. But at the end of the day, Big U shouldn't have been moving like this at this age. Yo, it's like there's no excuse to be moving like this at fucking 60. Fucking, I mean, getting money is one thing. But y'all here extorting motherfuckers? Like, goddamn, how many revenue streams of income do you need? His son in the NFL? Like, yo, a lot of this shit he was doing was unnecessary.
Love you. I just got my husband, you guys.
You found a weak link. Big Luce Cannon slow a little bit. So, Big U right here.
I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they're trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option for some front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans, and that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names, and one of them we was paying back, and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for, and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes, and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's gonna be true. None of that's gonna be true. The government putting this big ass picture, they gonna arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you gonna lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm gonna be sitting in here, it's gonna be years out of my life. Again, you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard this over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. Look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings. So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. He's actually got.
Told you, them niggas. What I tell you that somebody was going to expose it. Them niggas are agents. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. They agents.
Video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, it was asking about Wack. Wack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff.
Fuck did I tell y'all?
All of y'all fired.
What I tell y'all?
Be sending shit around the internet.
What the fuck did I tell y'all, man? Y'all think I just be making shit up on these niggas, man? All that shit was strategic, man. From the get-go. From the beginning, all of it was strategic.
And listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble.
Told you. He feel like me. He should have been said this though, y'all. Should have been said this. He knew that's why, because if y'all remember, right, he used to engage with Wack. Then he stopped. That's a telltale sign. He stopped engaging with him. Then he just started letting Wack talk. What he should have did was got him wiped out. That's what the fuck I'd have did. Because he was lining him up for years, man. This play been in motion for years. Look, Will, you still don't want to believe it. This nigga Ray was a wild. Ray blocked you, bro.
Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community.
I go block you, but you tripping, real.
You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Because I ain't did nothing. This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him. You know what I mean? These dudes tagging him. What kind of shit is this?
Yeah, he's
gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got the last thing to say. Wack said he's gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you fuck niggas in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is. That's what the whole play is.
I believe him.
I'm out. I'm gonna send y'all videos to put up all of them until they lock me up.
You already exposed them niggas. Told y'all them niggas was agents, man. Hey, Real, I need an apology, Real. Everybody that thought I was lying when I was telling y'all them niggas is agents, they working with the feds, I need a fucking apology.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family. Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he just saying anything.
See what it is. I just want y'all to know. All this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bullcrap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to...
Real be tripping about it. What the fuck wrong with Real? Real might be whack 100. So he ain't whack 100.
Now, 21 years, I elevated my family.
That's the same thing I be saying.
Come back.
Ain't no way he in his 30s.
Sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People supposed to help me. I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't. Don't worry about it.
I ain't gonna let him come back home.
Y'all here in the straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
Especially it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
But y'all, I told y'all
Reach out to anybody who can help.
I told y'all he just need to turn this. You can't run from these people, man. You can't run from them people, yo. The best thing to do, get it over with. It's the sad truth. You ain't running from them people, man.
Help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family.
They're gonna start harassing your family members and shit.
No. This is my last video.
All right, so let's get to the paperwork, man. get to the paperwork. Damn, yo, that's crazy. Yo, shit crazy. Yo, these motherfuckers crazy. And so that he might be the one who told Dirk. I don't know. Yeah, I heard. I don't really know who yo is though, but I heard. I seen it. In or around the years of 2010 through the present in the county of Los Angeles. RICO conspiracy, interference with commerce by robbery, transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with an intent that the individual engage in prostitution and bank fraud. Yeah, that's crazy how Wack been working to get this man locked up all this time, man. So we're gonna start on page 25. We'll start on page 25. Hold up. So Henley coerces a witness to recant statements to law enforcement implicating Big U Enterprise associates. That's probably Wack. Henley makes various threats and brags about violence to further the Big U Enterprise reputation for fear and violence, solidifying its power to extort victims. All right, we're gonna go to 25, y'all. That's where it started at. So they talking about what they going with this what they forfeiting. Items to be seized. I'm gonna get to the we might gotta go back. Degree murder, human trafficking, bank fraud, other financial gambling, conspiracy to commit fraud via legal gambling. So forth and below. So it's a United States. That's same Bricc baby name. United States District Court of the Central District of California authorized multiple Title III wires and electronic interceptions orders for telephones being used by certain subjects of the investigation, including Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Zaire Mitchell, aka Bricc Baby. The court also authorized the interception of audio and visual, nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television, CCTV, through the installation of video and audio bugs in the location. Whoa, no jumper was bugged? Does this mean no jumper was bugged? Does this mean no jumper was bugged? Somebody let me know, please. Somebody let me know if no jumper was bugged. See, y'all, we gonna see things in this paperwork that other people ain't gonna see, because they don't even know what the fuck they read. The court also authorized the interception of audio and visual, nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television through the installation of video and audio bugs in the location. So Adam ain't know that. They did it with, they could have did a sneak and peek like they did to John Gotti. No jumper was bugged. Since the inception of this investigation, the FBI, Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, criminal and whatever, United States Attorney's Office for the Central District of California, North Las Vegas Police Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and other local agencies have interviewed more than 50 individuals, including subjects of the investigation who agreed to voluntarily provide information. I know Wack one of them. As discussed further below, based on information learned from these individuals and other sources, FBI, IRS, whatever, LAPD, Nevada Police Department, detectives requested and obtained additional search warrants and subpoenas. Below I summarize the information and evidence obtained thus far from these various investigative tools. Mitchell is the subject of a separate sealed indictment. I summarize why in electronic communications that investigators intercepted pursuant to court orders. And other points I quote from a phrase agents or paraphrase agents' understanding of those interceptions. Kidnapping. Promoting, protecting, and expanding the power, reputation, and profits of Big U Enterprise and its members and associates through the use of intimidation, fear, violence, threats of violence, assaults, extortion, and murder. Using social media platforms, documentaries, podcasts, interviews, and Henley's reputation and status to create fame for and stoke fear of the Big U Enterprise, its members and associates. They had no jumper bugged. Kidnapping, bro. These boys ain't never touching the streets again. It's over. You better tighten up. Keep playing with these people, man. Y'all see how they doing. This is page 25. As part of Big U Enterprises' purported control of Los Angeles, individuals, including professional athletes, musicians, and others, intended to conduct certain types of businesses in Los Angeles, including both legitimate business and illicit criminal conduct, were required to check in with Henley prior to traveling to Los Angeles or engaging in certain activities to obtain protection from the Big U Enterprise while in Los Angeles. Henley hosted a podcast titled Check-In, the opening theme song of which explained, when you hop off the plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Because if not, shit get hot. You better check in. The check-in included both a payment to the Big U Enterprise as well as requesting permission from Henley to conduct certain activities, including acts of violence that are sanctioned by Big U Enterprises. As Henley describes in documentary films that he produced about his life titled Hip Hop Uncovered, if I don't pick up the phone, that can mean death for somebody. As Henley stated in the Nothing to Something podcast, you're going to check in. You choose not to, it's going to be a problem. Based on my training experience, I know that members of Crip-affiliated gangs do not use the letters CK together because members of the rival gang-affiliated gangs use CK to refer to Crip killer. Therefore, Crip gang members often replace CK with CC. Feel like you got a bigger problem than what it is. Feel like you got something bigger than what's there, and that's not checking in. It's basically an act of war. It ain't not one human being who not going to check in. While members and associates of the Big U Enterprise use Henley and the Big U Enterprise history and reputation to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation, Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for the Big U Enterprise for promoting himself as a reformed gang member focused on bettering his community through purported nonprofit organizations he found. All right, let's get to page 25. That's when he start really talking about the, the acts of violence. That's Big U life. I don't know. Henley explained his motivation for committing murders on behalf of Big U Enterprises, stating, "What you guys see on the internet, y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind, these issues would have been resolved and it wouldn't have been here, or I wouldn't have been here. It ain't no kid. What? It ain't no kid, nothing. And it damn near nobody who been in this motherfucker longer than me can stand against me and be me and me be who I am. If I had a problem with any man, and this wouldn't be so funny to me. I'm still who they say I am." Similarly, in April 2023, on an intercepted call, Henley discussed gang politics with a co-conspirator and stated, "I'm retired, nigga, activist. I'll pull up on your block right now, nigga, and show up and show out. Nigga, that's what happened to the last niggas that thought I was retired." According to the dossier, Henley transitioned his life from whatever in 2004, 2008 relationship with, they're talking about Nipsey Hussle. In approximately 2008, Henley formed a relationship with the hip-hop artist Armaz whatever, aka Nipsey Hussle. After several years, Henley temporarily left the industry after he had a falling out with Nipsey Hussle related to equipment that Henley shot. Henley recounted in the dossier that Nipsey made a diss song about Henley, but Henley is a scrapper, not a rapper. They're gonna hit him with Nipsey murder, man. Based on my investigation, I believe this provides background and corroborates the Big U enterprise structure. Suge Knight openly hired members of the mob Pyru Bloods to work for Death Row Records, just as Henley hires Rollin 60'S to work for his reported charities and companies. Just as Henley operates on fan threats, Suge Knight's criminal history is repellent with criminal threats of violence and death. Suge Knight is currently incarcerated for purposely driving his car over two men, killing one. In a recent interview, Henley stated that outside of Suge Knight, Henley is the only person who has ever had more community, who has done more for the community, and that Henley has bailed out Suge Knight and paid for his lawyers. Then even after they settled their differences, he picked up Nipsey Hussle one morning and so that Nipsey Hussle could get disciplined for the diss song. However, Nipsey Hussle's brother intervened and told Henley that Nipsey was not going anywhere. LAPD reports documented the violence erupted, and when LAPD officers arrived on the scene, a firearm was present and discharged. Wack told us that. In 2019, Nipsey Hussle was murdered by a member of the Rollin 60'S. The check-in. Henley and the Big U Enterprise are widely known for requiring a check-in for out-of-town entertainers or gang members in Los Angeles. As Henley described in the dossier, if you don't answer the phone, it can be death for someone else. Anywhere, there's someone like me, and you can't put a monetary value on his touch in hip-hop. After more than 3 decades as a Rollin 60'S member and several years managing famous hip-hop artists, Henley was widely regarded as an original gangster or OG in the dossier. Record producers Andre Young, aka Dr. Dre, explained that it is very helpful to have an OG who can clear the streets within this operating environment. Henley instituted the concept of check-in when hip-hop artists and other celebrities visit Los Angeles. How the check-in works. The check-in is a term used when someone travels outside of their home city to another city. During that travel, must check in or meet with local street representatives of said city to pay a tax or a fee for permission to both to move about freely and to have an event and conduct business in that other city without the risk of harassment or danger from criminal elements. Okay. DJ Academic's name is in this. And other individuals pay Henley a fee to check in. If they are not from Los Angeles, in the dossier, James Anthony, aka Bimmy, and Steve LaBelle, the CEO of A2Z Entertainment, stressed that it is important to the right people, such as Henley, when visiting places like Los Angeles. However, as podcaster Livingston Allen, aka DJ Academics, explained in the dossier, the check-in is analogs to the commission for the gang or neighborhoods where the OG is from. Christian Anthony Mathis, aka Trick, explained in the dossier that he enforced the check-in in Detroit. Trick added, "Come without permission. I don't want to hear shit you got to say. I created these laws, so I enforced them. All we coming for is our portion." Trick further explained that he insinuated a no-fly zone in Detroit, in which artists could not perform in the city unless Trick was paid. Without paying the commission to the OG organizations, such as Big U Enterprise businesses in Los Angeles are at risk of violence. Henley also provided examples of individuals who do not check in with him until it's too late, such as rap artist Taquan Terrell Bowman, aka Quando Rondo, who Henley discussed in other interviews and who was later targeted in a murder for hire plot where his associate was killed. When defending this practice in an interview, Henley has stated that it is no different than when a Learjet flies over the United States airspace. They want to know who you are. Henley said his practice is no different, which I believe indicates that he purported to own and control Los Angeles through the Big U Enterprises. In 2022, the FBI interviewed a cooperating witness, CW1, who told FBI one of these check-ins incidents. CW1 said that he knew Henley, who was a Rollin 60'S member. CW1 also said Henley led a money-making game that was distinct from the Rollin 60'S, referring to Big U Enterprises. According to C1, rap artists, athletes, and other individuals needed to pay Henley a fee when they visit Los Angeles. C1 has a criminal history that includes a conviction for possession of sales of narcotics in 2003 and 2009, in violation of California Health and Safety Code sections, and respectfully, as well as the shooting into an inhabited dwelling in 2003, in violation of California whatever code, a sentencing in prior drug conspiracy cases, alleging a violation, whatever. Former president commuted his sentence for that offense. Who the fuck Biden commute their sentence? Who got their sentence commuted by Biden? That was a Rollin 60 member. Anybody know that information? Joe Biden commutes Rollin 60 members' sentence. That ain't him. That's somebody from Florida. I guess we ain't gonna find that out. C1 believed the fees that Henley collected were extortion payments. C1 then recounted that a large buy-and dice game occurred in Los Angeles in June 2019. The game involved professional boxer AB Associates, and several prominent NBA players. According to C1, AB and his associates fixed the game and cheated the NBA players out of millions of dollars using teased dice. Following that game, Henley directed a group of Big U Enterprise associates to rough up AB, who did not check in with Henley, and to get the money back from him on behalf of the cheated NBA players. Multiple members of the Rollin 60'S ultimately arrived, and Henley used them to press AB. CW said that Henley was involved with the incident because Henley was involved in or would approve of any dice games or similar events, such as parties involving large sums of money and prominent NBA players and celebrities in Los Angeles. Multiple persons involved in the incident who have since been interviewed, including former NBA players, confirmed that Henley was paid $100,000 for negotiating this debt. However, each was later approached by associates of AB and told they still owed the money. C1 was aware of other instances where NBA players or other celebrities would need to work with and approval in advance for Henley to ensure their safety at events in Los Angeles, such as parties, gambling games, or advertising shoots. CW1 said these celebrities would have to seek in or pay Henley for protection and approval or face retaliation from the Big U Enterprises. At the outset of the investigation, Victim 1 was identified as an extortion victim. Victim 1 is described further below. From April 14, 2022 until April 15, 2022, Victim 1 conducted a consensual monitored meeting with Henley and other unidentified individuals. During the meeting, Henley told Victim 1 and others that he got into it with AB after AB cheated a current NBA star, All-Star of $1.5 million and a former NBA All-Star out of $5 million. God damn, AB. Henley said that he charged the players $100,000 so they could get their money back from AB. A confidential informant involved with the cheating scheme corroborated this information, and that AB was confronted for failing to check in with Henley regarding the game. AB a dirty motherfucker, man. God dang, you got a motherfucker for 1.5 and 5 million in a dice game. Sheesh. Supposedly legitimate business charges used by Big U Enterprises. I don't care about that. There's probable cause, except for below, there's probable cause to believe that Henley murdered victim R.W. on January 25th, 2021, and dragged his body into the desert in North Las Vegas. On that morning, North Las Vegas Police Department detectives discovered the body of R.W. laying in the desert near the Apex landfill. R.W. had been shot multiple times, and his body had been dragged and left in a ditch not far from Interstate 15. Hours before his homicide, R.W. was at the studio of Witness 1 with Henley. North Las Vegas Police Department investigation revealed that R.W. was one of Henley's recording artists and was at the studio as a guest of Henley, recording for Unique Music, the independent record label that Henley and Martin co-founded. According to a studio witness, Witness 1, who was employed as security for the recording studio, Henley was one of the last people seen with R.W. prior to R.W.'s homicide. Witness 1 also stated that Robinson drove Henley to Las Vegas from Los Angeles in a dark gray Lexus, and that Witness 1 in his security capacity encountered Henley and Robinson when they arrived at the studio and had words with them because he did not know who they are. Witness 1 statements to North Las Vegas Police Department at the outset of the murder investigation have been corroborated by other witnesses and cell phone location data, among other evidence. Further investigation revealed motive, opportunity, obstruction, exculpatory statements, and more from Henley and other members and associates of Big U Enterprises. The murder in connection to the Big U Enterprise. On January 20th, 2021, 5 days before the murder and 3 days before Henley and Robinson drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, R.W. recorded a diss, short for disrespect, song that North Las Vegas Police Department later obtained. In it, R.W. rapped about the person who had the money, that R.W. would be shot in the face for thinking shit funny, and referenced a .38 caliber with no trace. Based on my knowledge of this investigation and conversations with others, I believe that in this diss song, R.W. was dissing Henley, referring to Henley as bro that makes some money, and that R.W. may get shot in the face for thinking his lackadaisical use of the studio and general representation by Unique Music is funny. R.W. was shot days later in the face, apparently with a revolver like a .38 that left no shell casings. What the fuck? So since he rapped it, he said, I'm gonna kill him with it. It is unknown whether Henley heard these lyrics prior to the murder. The effectiveness of the Big U Enterprise is premised on Henley's stature as the most feared man in Los Angeles, as such ensuring that no one disrespects Henley, and that any such perceived disrespect is met with reprehensible violence is a core tenet of Big U Enterprise, even more so when the disrespect is displayed publicly, like in front of extortion victims, as Henley himself stated on an intercepted call in 2003. Can't no nigga beef with me, nigga. Because he do, I'm going to kill him, period. I am going to murder him. As Robinson explained in a surreptitious recording, when Henley got out, he said, I'm the toughest nigga, and here's my body of work to prove it. And you know, I'm the only nigga still killing niggas today. Fuck wrong with you niggas. Suck ass niggas. Say no, he didn't say all that. You niggas retired. I didn't. They understand that. Because Big U Enterprise existence relies and thrives on fair violence. Perception is paramount, as Witness 2 explained. Henley, through the Big U Enterprises entity, Unique Music, was using Witness 2 expensive, valuable studio to record the Big U Enterprise artist R.W. for free. Witness 2 was Wack. Based on a fair and power dynamic imposed by Witness 2, over Witness 2 by the Big U Enterprise for years, and by taking a lackadaisical approach to the studio time the Big U Enterprise has secured for free, R.W. Your Witness 2 is Wack, y'all. I believe R.W. wasting the time, thereby desponding him. You know, Wack always talk about, my studio. disparaging Henley's name and the Big U Enterprise reputation and potentially flouting that disrespect with the lyrics of the diss song led to a dispute between Henley and RW. The dispute was so serious that Henley and Robinson drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas to confront RW, and that dispute then turned deadly. Throughout our investigation, no investigators, family members, witnesses, or any third party has ever identified any individual that would have motive or opportunity to murder RW except for Henley. As discussed herein, Henry's motive for murdering RW was an interest of the Big U Enterprise. Yo, he was out that bitch causing fear in people. That's why Wack one of their ass in jail. He was scared to death. All that shit he talked all night, he was scared of that boy. That boy had his ass shaking in his boots. He was shaking in his boots. Yo, fuck. Oh, I ain't get my whole coffee. Henley's cell phone location corroborates involvement in RW's murder. I have reviewed cell phone location information obtained via search warrants by the North Las Vegas Police Department for 2 phones associated with Henley for the time before, during, and after the murder. According to witness 1, witness 2, and one of RW friends who was visiting him in Las Vegas the day he was murdered, as well as an analyst of Henley's phone, Henley and Robinson arrived in Las Vegas on January 23rd, 2021, the night before the murder. Henley phone location data and witness showed that he arrived at an Airbnb on Round Rock Drive in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Airbnb RW was staying in prior to the homicide. In the middle of the night, Henley, through unique music, was paying for the Airbnb. Surveillance footage from in front of the Airbnb showed a dark gray or silver sedan arriving at the Airbnb and leaving shortly after. The surveillance video also showed Henley at the Airbnb. On January 24th, the night of the murder, at approximately 7:04 p.m., Henley arrived at the studio, according to the witness. At approximately 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., RW arrived at the studio and recorded a song from approximately 11 p.m. until midnight. On January 25th, 2021, at approximately 12:37 a.m., Henley left the studio in the dark gray Lexus in which he and Robinson had driven to the studio was no longer at the studio. At approximately 12:58 a.m., Henley's phone stopped reporting location data of any kind, with the last data recorded within the vicinity of the studio. At approximately 1:13 a.m., surveillance footage at the Airbnb revealed a dark gray or silver sedan. Arriving to the Airbnb, RW exited the passenger side of the vehicle and entered the Airbnb. A few minutes later, at approximately 1:20 a.m., RW exited the Airbnb with a suitcase, but the suitcase was in the trunk, and put the suitcase in the trunk and got in the dark gray or silver sedan which departed. The Airbnb, though, was rented for another day, and RW was not set to leave until a flight scheduled the following day. Both Henley's phones did not begin reporting location data until approximately 12:15 a.m. Based on investigators' test drives and research, the drive from the studio to the Airbnb will roughly take 17 minutes. After Henley's phone stopped reporting location data when they left the vicinity of the studio, the dark sedan arrived with RW at the Airbnb 15 minutes later, which is consistent with traffic patterns after midnight. The drive from the Airbnb to the location where RW body was found and then to the location where Henley's phone began reporting again would take roughly 42 minutes. The time from when RW left the Airbnb to when Henley's phone began reporting again is 48 minutes, approximately time for the drive, murder, and moving of the body, particularly in the middle of the night without traffic. God damn, these motherfuckers precise. Jesus Christ. In 2021 Drink Trance interview, Henley discussed the difficulty of getting away from crimes in the modern age because the phone and its location tells all. One of Henley's phones then made a call to Robinson, who witness 1 reported was still at the studio, which is corroborated by Robinson phone location data. According to witness 1, Robinson asked witness 1 if he had seen Henley, which witness 1 found odd since Robinson was Henley's driver and bodyguard. At approximately 2:30 a.m. or 3 a.m., Henley returned to the studio alone in a dark gray Lexus and spoke with witness 1, who reported that Henley appeared to be drenched in either sweat or water. Henley told witness 1 that he was coming back from the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. RW body was found hours later at approximately 9 a.m. One of North Las Vegas Police Department detectives investigating the murder believe RW died at that location near the side of the road on I-15 after he observed the roadway contained a distant patch of blood which trailed down the hill from the roadway into the desert along with drag marks. His phone location data shows that he departed Las Vegas to return to Los Angeles at approximately 10 a.m. Evidence at the scene. Officers and medical professionals responded to the scene of R.W.'s murder, and subsequent autopsy found that R.W. died from multiple gunshot wounds. The reporter noted, the responders noted that R.W. was not dressed for the weather, which was cold and inclement on the night of the murder. DNA was collected from R.W.'s ankles, sock area, consistent with the direction that R.W. was dragged into the desert off the highway. The DNA profile obtained was not complete, likely due to the aforementioned inclement weather on the night of the murder. Analysis of Henley's DNA profile was inconclusive, such that he could not be excluded as a contributor of the DNA. Robson, on the other hand, was excluded as a potential contributor of the DNA on R.W. Henley arranges the recording equipment from the studio to be removed and surveillance video to be destroyed. Man, hit that like button, y'all. What y'all think so far, man? Big U is a menace. An old ass menace. I'd have shot his ass. And moved to Florida. Hey, yo, fuck around with y'all. Old ass. Nigga better sit old ass down somewhere. Nigga, fuck around with you. Yo, fucking 60 years old, talking about checking that. He crashed the whole crew out. He crashed the whole crew out. What is this told North Las Vegas Police Department detectives that DS, Henley's associate, removed video recording equipment from the studio a couple days after the homicide, including destruction of surveillance video data that would have shown R.W. and Henley at the studio shortly before R.W.'s murder. Witness 2 told the FBI that Henley ordered Witness 1 and Witness 2 to leave the premises, take a walk, prior to the removal of the video recording equipment. Witness 1 explained that 3 relatively new surveillance and working DVR devices had been removed from the studio and all security cameras were disabled. Witness 1 stated that replacement DVR was still installed, but they did not work. Witness 3, who previously installed the DVR equipment at the recording studio, also spoke with the FBI. According to Witness 3, on January 31st, 2021, Witness 3 went to the studio to fix video cameras that were not working at the studio. After Witness 2 called Witness 3 to fix them, Witness 3 analyzed the equipment and concluded the DVR system was destroyed, more than likely unplugged and turned off. According to Witness 1, DS then sent him money, DVR equipment for the studio. I believe that there is probable cause to conclude that the footage of the DVR system would have shown an altercation between Henley and R.W. on the night of January 24, 2021, and at minimum, Henley and R.W. leaving the studio together shortly before R.W.'s murder. Interviews of family, witnesses, and Big U Enterprise associates. The interviews got him, y'all. Wack 100, Luce got it. Wack 100 used what Wack 100 did was use Luce Cannon. That's what he did. He manipulated him. Luce Cannon slow. Once he seen Luce Cannon wasn't fucking with yo, he swooped in. The feds probably told him through wiretaps. Yeah, Luce Cannon ain't fucking with Big U right now. What? Get him. Get him. Telling you, he's a weak link. See, yo, y'all gotta understand, yo, these people aren't stupid. I keep telling people that because I want people to understand that. These people are not stupid. They ain't stupid. If they want you, they're gonna get you. No ifs, ands, no questions, no none of that. They're gonna get you, man. They're gonna get you. On January 27, 2021, the detective spoke with R.W.'s family, which was the first time his family learned that R.W. had died. On January 28, 2021, detectives again spoke with R.W.'s family. Generally, his family confirmed that R.W. lived in California and worked as a musician. He was recently working with a music producer, Henley, who also from California, and Henley had booked R.W. Airbnb and travel. R.W. family explained that R.W. was close with family and trusted them. Henley coached R.W. in football since R.W. was young. Oh my God, yo. Come on, bro. Jesus Christ, Big U. Big, you is a piece of shit, boy. God damn, there's some fucked up people in this world, man. If you watch that boy grow up, yo, and did that to yo, allegedly. That's crazy. That's crazy. RW lived with Henley for some time while in high school. At some point, Henley believed RW had worn a chain that belonged to Henley's son to school without permission. RW was kicked out of Henley's home. PM RW's aunt added that she called Henley on January 27, 2021 after learning RW had been killed. Henley claimed he had not seen or heard from RW and did not know his whereabouts. PM confronted Henley about arranging the trip for RW to record in Las Vegas. And then Henley admitted that was a play the whole time. That's why he sent them to Las Vegas. He wanted to get him out of Cali. Henley admitted he had done so. PM had overheard Henley speaking with someone named KF, who investigators later interviewed KF Ratton about RW's travel arrangement. In a later interview during the pendency of this investigation, PM said that Henley would call her on a weekly basis prior to the murder. But after that call on January 27, 2021, PM never heard from Henley again. The police also learned that CA, a friend of RW, spent the weekend in Las Vegas and visited RW at RW's Airbnb. According to CA, about 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, January 24, 2021, Henley came to the Airbnb next RW while he did not show up to the music video the day prior, January 23, 2021. RW claimed he did not have a ride to the studio. CA reported that it was odd that Henley actually took the time to show up at an Airbnb in Las Vegas to confront RW. CA and his family left for California Sunday afternoon on January 24, 2021 at about 2 p.m. And CA had not heard from RW since. Throughout the entire investigation, the family members and friends who have been interviewed have pointed to Henley as the person they believe to be responsible for RW's murder. Within days, multiple people were sending Instagram messages to Henley demanding answers for what happened to RW, all of which went without responses. So he went through social media. They searched his Instagram. They searched RW Instagram. RW found an Instagram message to Henley regarding the price of a song was sent on January 24, 2021 at 1:57 p.m. Henley did not respond until January 26, 2021 at 8:14 a.m., almost 24 hours after Henley left Las Vegas following RW's murder. Jesus Christ. In the meantime, the evidence showed that Henley had seen RW at the studio the night of January 24, 2021 after RW had sent that Instagram message. He presumably would have discussed the price of the song at that time, if at all. Thus, it appears that Henley sent the message on January 26, 2021 in an attempt to plead ignorance that RW was murdered and to avoid suspicion from law enforcement of his involvement in the murder. On February 3rd, 2021, police conducted a recorded interview of KF, the person RW aunt heard Henley talking to about RW travel arrangements on January 27, 2021, as discussed above. KF was the account manager for Unique Music and handled the artist's travel needs and expenses. KF used KF's mother's Uber account to coordinate rides for RW while RW was in Las Vegas. KF confirmed he worked directly for Henley and had arranged for RW flight to Las Vegas. RW was supposed to fly home Tuesday, January 26, 2021, possibly in the morning, or 24 hours after RW was seen leaving the Airbnb, which with his suitcase in a gray or silver sedan, and then found dead. KF also arranged living accommodations for RW at the Airbnb for a week of January 19, 2021 through January 26, 2021. Additionally, KF explained that the part of his job was to arrange for transportation via Uber to and from the studio for RW, who left 2 controllers and a jacket at the Airbnb that the Airbnb owner had contacted KF about. KF used an Airbnb application on his phone to make the reservations, but the account actually belonged to a friend named HT. In reviewing the audio of this interview, it is clear that KF hesitated when answering several questions and appeared to be elusive about several answers. KF claimed he did not have a phone number for Henley and had no way to get in touch with him. KF eventually provided Henley's phone number, but still claimed he did not know how to get in touch with him and did not know when he would see him again. KF also claimed he did not know the address of the recording studio in Las Vegas, even though KF was the person tasked with making the transportation arrangements for RW to get to the studio. KF then stated that he merely provided Cash App transfers to RW so RW could book the Uber rides, before backtracking and stating he did order the Uber rides for him. Similarly, KF claimed he did not know the name of the music studio or the engineer RW was scheduled to work with. KF advised that RW made music and was supposed to make one song per day in Las Vegas. KF said RW did not go to the studio on January 19, 2021. Did not go. Was supposed to go every day after that, but probably did not go every day. On one day, RW did not go and said he would double up the following day. RW texted KF and said he was enjoying himself and was doing well. When KF called him, he did not answer. KF texted him, but at a certain point, the text messages went green instead of blue. The last time KF received a text message from RW was at 11:58 p.m. on January 24, 2021, less than 2 hours before his death. When the FBI attempted to interview KF, he told them he did not want to speak with them. Soon after the interview, KF in the police department, whose account was used by KF, used RW Airbnb. She explained that, located HT. Okay, my bad. So HT explained that she did not authorize the use of her Airbnb account and was very upset about it. She explained that her guard brother, KF, used her Airbnb account to book a room in Las Vegas and then learned someone had been killed during that stay. HT explained that KF used her account to book the room, but used his own credit card. HT received a notification regarding the booking and asked KF why he used her account to book a room. KF apologized and claimed he did not realize he booked it on her account. At the time, yeah, that shit was a play the whole time. At the time, HT said she did not think it was a big deal and did not press the issue. HT did not know RW and explained that she worked in the medical field. Yo, dirty. Yo, you. Since KF had used HT Airbnb account to reserve the room, HT intercepted messages between Airbnb host and KF and provided them to law enforcement. HT saw a message from KF asking if the Airbnb property has video surveillance. Prior to law enforcement speaking to KF and confronted KF about the message because she did not want her account to be associated with any problems. KF told her about RW's murder again before law enforcement spoke to KF and said she was trying to figure out what happened to RW. Goodness gracious. Yeah, yo, Big, you fucked up. Yo was out this bitch living like it wasn't no laws. You can't outsmart them people, yo. Jake, like, I don't know why people even play with them. You can't outsmart them people. Especially not the feds. They fucking move on their own accord. They convict your ass without no evidence. They will convict you without no evidence. Hit that like button, yo. Yo, they be killing us on the numbers, yo. I got a couple videos doing good, so they slowing my numbers up. Like, yo, they'll want me to be great on this bitch. In 2023, after the police attempted to interview parties about the murder, Henley and his associates made several exculpatory calls regarding the murder, which were intercepted by law enforcement pursuant to the title Wiretap. First, the police went to Henley's home at Henley's 62nd Street premises when he was not there after leaving a business card and informing Henley's wife, SH, that they were following the 2-year anniversary of RW's homicide, were new to the case, and were just talking to everyone who was close to RW. SH called Henley from Henley's father's phone. SH had not done this before the entirety of the wiretap. Henley answered, "What's up, Dad?" Further showing the nature of the call. SH then explained that the detectives came by their home and were looking for him to talking to others. And he asked how many officers, but otherwise extremely circumspect. In the hundreds of hours of calls captured that I've listened to, Henley's voice was notably conspicuously different on this call. SH also lied to police, stating Henley only lived at Henley's 62nd Street premises sometimes, and actually the FBI observed no surveillance in months of cell site location data that Henley was there most nights, unless he was traveling. After the call, Henley did not return home for 2 weeks. Again, something he had not done during the entirety of the surveillance or cell site location data received by law enforcement. Moreover, that night, victim 1 paid an extortion fee to Robinson, who was driving Henley's Mercedes. Again, Robinson driving Henley's Mercedes was something that had not occurred during the course of the investigation. Based on my transient experience, I believe that Henley had not returning home for 2 weeks and having one of his associates drive his cars in an attempt by Henley to avoid law enforcement regarding RW's murder. On or about February 14, 23, at approximately 12:05 p.m., Henley called Martin. During the intercepted call, Henley told Martin he wanted to meet with him at Martin's auto shop to discuss police investigation into RW's murder. The following is in transcripts of a portion of the conversation. Henley, 5 detectives went by my house this morning from Las Vegas and said they wanted to talk to me. You hear me? Martin, yeah. Probably, let you know. They was asking about RW and told 2-year anniversary. 2-year anniversary. It was they wanted to follow up and talk to everybody who was close. And where you at? I'm at the shop. All right, I'm pulling up on you. All right. Based on other intercepts, I know that Henley believed the FBI may have intercepted his call. Therefore, I believe Henley wanted to talk to Martin in person. Regarding the murder, in order to avoid speaking on a telephone line that may be intercepted by law enforcement, following the call to Martin, Henley immediately placed multiple calls to DS, the person who reportedly removed the video surveillance footage from the studio. The first 3 calls were not answered. Then Henley told DS he needed to meet with him. The following is in transcript of a portion of the conversation. Big U, where you at? DS, at the house, ready to jump in the shower. What you want? Henley, I need to pull up on you. All right, I'm right here at the house. Henley, all right, I gotta pull up on you. And how long you gonna be? You ain't about to go nowhere, are you? Nah, I'm in the crib. Okay. I'll just jump in the shower though. Just be ready though. Okay. All right, for sure. As discussed below, DS reportedly removed video surveillance evidence of Henley and RW's presence at the studio hours before the homicide, namely all the security cameras and DVRs from the studio. On February 16th, 2023, Henley was on the phone with DS, and he told DS, I was going to say Big U. Big U told DS he was traveling to Las Vegas from the following day, where Witness 2 was located. The police had begun interviews of witnesses regarding RW's murder, and I believe that Henley may have been going to Las Vegas to confront Witness 2 to see if he had talked to law enforcement. On February 21st, 2023, Henley received a phone call from his son. Henley's son told Henley that the police called him about RW, suggested that the detective had spoke to SH and Henley already. Henley told his son that nobody had spoken to the detectives and directed him not to talk to anyone anymore about RW. The same day, Henley called SH to tell her that the detectives had called their son about RW and what was said. Henley told his wife to call LD. LD is the mother of KF, Henley's employee who booked victim RW's travel arrangements and lied to investigators when questioned. But on FaceTime, Henley told SH to be careful about what she said over the phone. SH said she had nothing to worry about. When the FBI approached LD about this, LD hired a lawyer and told law enforcement that her client had no memory of this and had nothing to do with it. Fuck out of here. Ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Fuck trying to tie me into a motherfucking investigation. That boy got something. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Speak to my lawyer. During the course of the intercepted, I listened to multiple calls in which Henley directed those who want to discuss illegal activity to contact him on FaceTime or WhatsApp. I believe Henley did so because those applications are encrypted, and Henley suspected that his phones were wiretapped at various times. Charlene, Big Low. The same day, Henley called Martin and told him he had been trying to reach him on his other phone, possibly via FaceTime. Martin said he was going to get his other phone. Henley requested Martin to call him. Later the same day, Henley called Martin to confirm that he was at Martin's auto shop. Henley told Martin he was on his way to meet with Martin at his auto shop. Still later, Henley called Robinson. Robinson was at one of Henley's homes, and Henley said he was heading to meet Robinson. Based on my training and experience, knowledge of the investigation, I believe Henley was contacting Big U Enterprise members and associates, specifically those who had knowledge of RW murder, to ensure that any statements to law enforcement were either suppressed or consistent with one robbery in violation of Hobbs Act. as racketeering. According to witnesses, including victim 1, and corroborated repeatedly by wiretaps and recorded meetings with Big U Enterprise members. The Big U Enterprise set up and execute robberies throughout Los Angeles. Normally, Henley provides the target and location while a robbery is committed by Big U Enterprise or at Big U Enterprise direction using Rollin 60'S or other associates. The Big U Enterprise, as well as the individual who personally commit the robberies, will take a cut and then often robbery proceeds or give the robbery proceeds back to a victim as a power grab to install fear of future robberies or violence. I was saying Williams personally robbed a marijuana. Oh, so Big U robbed. Luce Cannon robbed a marijuana dispensary. On such robbery occurred on July 5th, 2021 at an unlicensed marijuana dispensary in Los Angeles where victim 1 worked. Leading up to the robbery, the Big U Enterprise had been extorting victim 1 for years, and victim 1 had been paying the Big U Enterprise up to $25,000 per month when victim 1 was at the top of his earning capacity. Shortly before the robbery, however, victim 1 had ceased paying extortion to Big U Enterprise as victim 1 did not believe it was necessary or that he was receiving any benefit from the payments. On the day of the robbery, approximately 11 of Big U Enterprise members and associates, including Robinson, Williams, both of whom victim 1 knew well as Rollin 60'S members, rushed into the dispensary armed with firearms without masks. They demanded belongings of anyone inside and stole cash and marijuana from the store before fleeing. At one point, they demanded a Rolex from one of the co-workers, but at Robinson's direction, they ended up letting him keep it. According to victim 1, while still at the dispensary, the robbers put victim 1 on the phone with Henley, who invited victim 1 to Henley's home. According to victim 1, when victim 1 arrived at Henley's offices, Robinson, Williams, and other robbers were there, as were the proceeds of the robbery. Inside, Henley told victim 1, "That's how you rob yourself." Henley then demanded $10,000 from victim 1 to ensure other robberies did not occur. Henley also directed victim 1 to identify other businesses and dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assure victim 1 that Big U Enterprises would compensate him for identifying any robberies. Henley then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to victim 1. Williams later admitted to this robbery on the aftermath. Look, what I tell y'all? What I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all, man? Y'all the best doing this shit, y'all. They need to give me a deal, man. Williams later admitted to this robbery and the aftermath on the podcast, on the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man. Williams explained, so basically, he manipulated things. Well, go and do something, and then the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later as we're trying to count everything. And we be like, how the fuck? Williams then said that Henley would state, well, we're just going to give like 40,000 back. Wack 100, who was a rival counterpart of Henley for the Bloods, who was also on the podcast, stated, you know why he wanted to give the dude back the 40, right? Because he was going to make the dude give him 20 for getting it back. Williams then agreed, of course. He did that to famous rappers. Hey, I told y'all they set the people up, man. Told you. Big U a slime ball though, but Wack 100 just as slimy. Williams agreed, of course he did, to get the two famous rappers. Williams then detailed demanding $50,000 from the celebrity rapper RR. Was that Meek Mills? What's Meek's name? Raheem. Was it Wilton? What's first Meek Mill's name is, y'all? Nah, bro. How real? Wack set this up, bro. Wack found out that Luce was beefing with motherfucking with Big U, and he weaseled his way in. This was planned. All this was planned, y'all. Like, this didn't happen organically. This was planned, bro. This was planned. Go back and look at that. Yo, did y'all, who seen that video I posted in my community talking about this? Yeah. Yes, yeah. Y'all, I knew this was going to be in. Didn't I say this was going to be in the paperwork earlier? So Williams detailed demanded $50,000 from rapper Meek Mills, or they would kill the celebrity. Rapper Meek Mills, rapper MM, Williams said RR dropped off $50,000 and Henley stopped answering the phone, and they did not share any of the proceeds with Williams. According to further No Jumper and Vlad segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode was removed from the platform, although recordings of the episode remain available elsewhere online. Oh, that's butter. Robert Rameek. RR. Got you. Yo, these motherfuckers dirty. Dirty. And No Jumper was tapped. No Jumper was tapped. They had a motherfucking camera in No Jumper. They had an audio device in No Jumper. You ain't gonna hear that shit from nobody else on YouTube. Henley then received a cease and desist order on No Jumper in the podcast episode. Was removed from the platform, although the recordings episode. Williams recounting of this robbery occurred years after the robbery of Victim 1. Years after Victim 1 had already recounted and documented robbery for the FBI. Look, see how they put that in there? They ain't had to put that in there. They just try to say, no, this not real news. I mean, this was total. This part right here is irrelevant. It don't matter when the fuck he did it. It don't matter if you already talked to the victim. He corroborated it. Because Wack 100 tricked them into doing it. But this was to take the this statement right here is to take the pressure off of Wack 100. Because he wanted their witnesses. Williams continues to commit and discuss robberies and other violent acts. Lately, Williams has claimed in multiple interviews that he is no longer affiliated with Big U, whom he refers to as Big Useless or Big Uterus. However, Williams continues to discuss former Big U enterprise businesses, to discuss and threaten violence, assaults, and robberies, and to actually commit the same. For example, on January 3rd, 2025, outside of No Jumper podcast filming location, Williams struck a victim in the head multiple times. Oh, I thought this was a play. With a firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of the so that's why he ain't get booked. Remember, I told y'all somebody supposed to got booked for this. If this was real, somebody supposed to got booked for this, man. What? It was real. And somebody did get booked for it. The firearm on the back of his head, while two other suspects removed valuables from the victim. But Wack 100 knew about this, man. Including jewelry, cash, and a cell phone in excess of $5,000. The victim lost consciousness during the incident, which was captured on video and posted to social media, apparently to stoke fear and boost of Williams' penchant for violence. After the incident, Williams posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beat and stating, yo, these niggas are stupid. These niggas are stupid. Appreciate it, Lucky for a leaf. Let me see. I can shout you out, man. Appreciate it, man. If somebody got support real, man, I've been telling y'all how this shit go. Ain't nobody else been telling y'all how this shit go like me. I know, because I be watching other niggas. I be watching the same people y'all watch, and they ain't going in. Motherfucker be scared. They be wanting favors from these niggas. After the incident, Williams posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beating, stating that he used to be Big Useless Enforcer, that he loves to fight, and that the incident could have went a lot worse. Williams also played the portion of the assault. Similarly, on February 29, 2025, Williams posted a video on his YouTube channel in which he threatened anyone that is at odds with him to do something. Odds with him to do something bad to your mama, your daddy, anybody. In that same video, Williams walked through the checking in process and walked through the fact that he would rob any celebrity who did not check in, including at an Airbnb, a restaurant, a car wash, or anywhere. Williams also said that he was with Henley when the rapper Rakim Hassan Allen Brock was robbed and killed. Whoa. That they told him to comply and that they would get the jewelry later. What the fuck is this? This is new right now. This is new. Yeah, look, Luce can't really tell. He's slow. So they set PNB Rock up too? Or is that a lie? Well, it's also stated that he was with Henley when rapper Rakim Hassan Allen, aka PNB Rock, was robbed and killed. And they told him to comply. and that they will get the jury later. Williams also walked through the kidnapping of a famous rapper that Williams and Henley committed together, and then discussed several Big U enterprise associates being good in Los Angeles because they have checked in. Some mentioned were developing options, donors, and former NBA players who have provided hundreds of thousands of dollars as purported gifts to Henley personally. In February 2025, Williams took part in a film conversation with multiple people on YouTube in which Williams told another participant that you will lose your life. And then, when Williams found him, Williams was going to do something bad to him. Who's that, Bricc, baby? Throughout this investigation, the FBI obtained many recordings of Big U Enterprise members and associates discussing robberies that were committing or planning to commit. For example, on August 6, 2021, on a recorded call, Robinson told victim 1, trying to lick somebody. That ain't even hard. All this shit, this ain't working, man. I'm like, man, I'm in the wrong business, homie. I'm training and experiencing investigation into this case. Lick is, all right. In my training experience and investigation into this case, lick is consistently used as a slang for robbery. Similarly, on June 22nd, 2022, on another call, Robinson told victim 1 that Henley was asking Robinson if they needed to do a takeover, which I know based on my training experience and participation in this investigation to mean a takeover robbery of victim 1 at his marijuana dispensary again because victim 1 had not paid his extortion payments. Then on July 9th, 2023, Henley told victim 1, we got to rob someone. You with that bullshit. On July 31st, 2022, Henley told victim 1 that Henley needed $30,000 to pay his development options staff. He was considering a robbery and increased extortion to obtain those funds. Henley was also intercepted on a telephone call telling an auto shop owner that Henley knew how much he had paid the owner's shop because the payment was proceeds of a robbery. Yo, it's the fuck. Yo, this bitch moving like the mob. Like the mob in the 50s, the 40s. In other Title III wiretap interceptions, I also heard Henley planning a robbery of individual equipment from a celebrity rapper using an Apple AirTag that was reportedly with the equipment. Henley, Martin, and others obtained firearms and began to stage the robbery to get back the equipment. However, when they arrived, the police also arrived. That should have been a red flag. Having been called by a celebrity rapper, I witnessed staging of the robbery on the surveillance before it was called off. On November 11th, done. Like, done. Like, this is a fucking airtight investigation. I don't know what the fuck Big U talking about. They got wiretaps, they got audio, video, they got air tags. Man, these niggas is done. They got Big U, they got Luce cannon telling all over the internet. On November 11, 2022, on another intercepted call, Mitchell discussed above, and Henley coordinated how Mitchell would give Henley the proceeds from a robbery that Mitchell committed. Henley and Mitchell were talking about how much money should go to Henley. Then, in multiple other intercepted calls and text messages, Henley talked with Blayton and Robinson to help Henley collect from Mitchell's associates. That is Mitchell is Bricc baby. This is Bricc baby. That was on November 27th. Yeah, that's Bricc baby. Bricc baby is Mitchell. He talked with Blayton and Robinson to help Henley collect from Mitchell's associates. Talking about Mitchell, Blayton said they robbed the nigga again for some shit. They made a nigga call his plug and then booked him. Talking about further splitting the proceeds, Henley told Blayton, I'm going to grab half of whatever he got him. I'm going to give it to Vay, and Vay can bring you the rest. On a Vay is Robinson's moniker. Okay. Subsequent call heard Henley counting out the money and saying that it ain't nothing but 2 or 3 racks. Blayton responded. Bricc baby said it was supposed to be between 5 and 7, man. Gotta make the call out to Bricc, man. On April 11, 2023, Henley and Blayton again discussed an individual who was supposed to be robbed in the near future. God damn, y'all, these motherfuckers was tripping. Yeah, Zaire Mitchell. His last name Mitchell. A significant portion of Big U enterprise consists with various extortion schemes in Los Angeles. In addition to check-ins, the Big U enterprise extort both legitimate and illegitimate businesses alike, though it tends to focus on low-hanging fruit from illegitimate or gray market businesses. One of its extortion victims, Victim 1, was a promoter and marketer who profited from club promotion, operating in interstate commerce, and worked for illegal or quasi-illegal marijuana dispensary. As shown in the recorded conversation and controlled payments, Henley and Robinson were quite open in their threats of violence and intimidation of the victim if he did not pay the Big U enterprise. As stated above, the July 5th, 2021 robbery was key to their scheme of extorting Victim 1, in that once Victim 1 stopped paying extortion fees to the Big U enterprise, they robbed him to reinstate their control. At one point, Victim 1 asked in the recording that he was paying for, and Robinson explained that it was like Bricc baby. It's what? Fuck this mention Bricc baby at. At one point, Victim 1 in the recording. It was like a retainer, in that when Victim 1 was robbed, Victim 1 would not have to pay extra money to the Big U enterprise for the return of his property. Of course, as discussed above, it was Big U enterprise members and associates who were the ones who had robbed Victim 1, and they did charge Victim 1 for giving his things back, but not return the entirety of the property themselves stole, demanding more money and targets to rob. Evidence supporting the Big U enterprise extortion activities include consensual recordings made by Victim 1 of phone calls, meetings, and controlled extortion payments, statements described being a victim of extortion schemes of Victim 1, Title III wiretap calls discussing extortions and payments, and threats made to other individuals on Title III wiretap calls showing the modus operandi of Big U enterprise extortion racket. For example, some of the extortion-related recordings obtained during this investigation included controlled payments with FBI involvement. Bold. 4 days after Big U enterprise robbed Victim 1, as discussed above, consensual monitored calls with Victim 1 in which Robinson tags Victim 1 with identifying additional robbery victims for Henley and Robinson, where Victim 1 would receive 25%, and noting that Henley was discussing that Victim 1 owed Henley money, having only paid a portion of what Victim 1 owed. Consensual recorded calls in which Henley stated that any payments that Victim 1 receives from another person Henley is extorting, i.e. DC, must be paid to Henley. Consensual recorded calls in which Robinson told Victim 1 that Robinson needed to tell Henley, Big U, something about the amount of money that Victim 1 would be paying to Big U, and Victim 1 said he could pay $500 or $1,000. That ain't gonna work. Consensual calls in which Robinson asked Victim 1 what he has for Big U, and Robinson discussed how much Victim 1 can pay, but ultimately promised to cover for Victim 1 and allow him to pay the following day rather than face Henley's anger. They discussed how much money will go from an event to Henley in Rollin 60'S. Robinson and Victim 1, Big U stated that he wanted his money. Later in that day, Victim 1 and Robinson discussed how Victim 1 was being taxed by Robinson and Henley. Monitored calls that well, this just going through. They got hella recorded phone calls on this motherfucker. God damn. He was working like a motherfucker, working for years. He was trying to fuck DC up based on his non-payments referenced above. Fuck is DC. FBI provided $500 in cash for the meeting, and Victim 1 paid that money to Henley. Damn. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They gonna kick out that bread. Shit, we'll pay it for you. Keep the investigation going. Consensual recorded calls. Robinson asked how much money Victim 1 had for Big U, and that, well, I think he's gonna want at least $1,000. Consensual recorded calls in which Robinson asked Victim 1 how much he will have. They discussed both cash and electronic payments the following day. They contained a similar discussion regarding 1,000 to 2,000 payments. Like, yo really was hitting yo every week. Once a week, once a month. We hit him twice. We hit him twice this month. Joe probably wasn't making no money. He probably like, man, this motherfucker Big U is killing me. I can't eat. I ain't eating. What was that movie, yo? Like, no, I ain't eating. I paid him for it. Like, everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. Oh, said I ain't eating. The fuck, man? Ain't nobody. Big U people gotta eat, bro. Like, you can't be the only one getting full, getting fat. Everybody else just walking around looking like skeletons. Consensual recorded calls in which Robinson arranged a meeting that was recorded. FBI provided $1,000 in cash that victim one paid to Robinson for Henley. In discussion, victim one discussed how Henley took the entire $30,000 from DJ Vu, Deja Vu, which is discussed further below in connection with Henley. Robinson and Martin extorted $30,000 on December 2nd, 2021. Robinson explained to victim one that he has taken way more than that and discussed Henley spending after receiving payments. So it looked like he was hitting them every, dang. I will say he was hitting them once a month, but sometimes he was doubling up. Big U, bro. They got consensual recorded calls in which victim one requested an extension from Robinson regarding the payment. Robinson told victim one that he had been holding Henley off and that Henley had been asking for victim one's payment. Nick, fuck my money at, Nick. You dirty in this bitch. On February 19th, 2022, recorded calls in which Henley called victim one and said, "Bring me, I need $1,500 real quick." Victim one told Henley he had just paid Robinson $1,000 2 days prior. He let him out for a month. Consensual calls in which victim one that Henley was increasing victim one's tax to $3,500. Jesus Christ, yo, this nigga is crazy. Consensual recorded calls in which Robinson told victim one that other individuals were paying Big U Enterprise $25,000 to $3,000 so that Henley could purchase a $30,000 necklace for his wife's birthday. Yo, I'd have killed Big U. Yo, you ain't doing that to me, Big. You gonna die, nigga. We probably both die. But we all gonna die. We ain't playing this game. Like, for real, we is not playing this game. Consensual recorded call in which Robinson told victim one that Henley wanted to collect $2,000 from victim one every Monday. Damn, he done amped it up. It was once a month. You feel me? He said, look, man, I need it once a week, man. Now, it was $25,000 a month. Then shorty, victim one, shit got a little tight for him. Now he can only give him what he got. He ain't, I need $2,000 a week. Straight up, we can make it $8,000 a month. He ain't even making $8,000 a month. The dispensary slow right now. Niggas on the street got the bug. They banging. Consensual recorded call in which Henley told victim one that he needed a donation for his wife's birthday. Victim one told Henley he had already paid Robinson, and Henley responded that his math was wrong. Robinson and Henley demanded that victim one stop doing business with Big U Enterprise rival Wack 100 because he was a rat. He was a motherfucking rat. Robinson told victim one that Henley had been asking for money from victim one, that Henley asked if they needed to do a takeover of victim one, as they had with the previous armed robbery of victim one's marijuana dispensary. Consensual recorded call in which Robinson told victim one that Henley was angry and he needed $2,000 from victim one. Consensual recorded call in which Henley demanded money from victim one. Henley told victim one that money for tax in EDD, Employment Development Department. Consensual recorded call in which Henley told victim one that he needed $30,000 on the next couple of weeks to pay his development options staff. It was considering a robbery and increased extortion payments to obtain the funds. Big U specifically said he did not care if they had to rob Peter to pay Paul. They need to get down. Yo, it's crazy. 51 then paid Henley $1,500 of his own money on camera. Henley bumped the weekly down to $1,500. So he wanted $2,000. I said, yo, he was extorting this nigga for years. God damn. I don't see how people allow this, yo. Extortion is not happening. Consensual recorded call in which Robinson told victim one that he needs to pay. Victim one paid Robinson $1,500 from the FBI on camera. Robinson and victim one discussed the history of payments victim one had made to Henley and that Robinson, according to Robinson, did all the work. Henley then arrived at the location. Consensual recorded calls in which Robinson told victim one he needed the money. followed by Robinson consulting on victim one anxiety and fear of Henley, how victim one can get more time to make a payment, and how to calm down Henley by paying him a portion of what is owed. Who the fuck is Robinson? Victim one then paid Robinson $2,000. The FBI provided. And look, they get this FBI like shit. We got you. Keep that shit going. We gonna keep this as long as possible. Whatever you need, we got you, baby. Keep the motherfucking train rolling. Just making out case. During the conversation, victim one asked what he was paying for. Robinson said, if anyone come rob you, you ain't gotta pay extra money to get your shit back. What the fuck? So you can still be robbed. So you can pay your money and still get robbed. But I ain't got to pay to get it back though. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Big U is tripping. Robinson described it as a street shield, though he told agents that only Robinson and Henley had robbed him. In this same meeting, Robinson told victim one that Henley was the buffer, and that Henley was the only OG still actively killing people. Robinson asked him for his location to get the money out the way. Yo, they was extorting yo for a long ass time. And these payments are sporadic. Like, it supposed to be once a month, this once a week. Look, this 4 days, 3 days, that's 5 days later. They're not even waiting the whole 7 days. They hitting your 3 days. Y'all see that shit? 3, 4 days, they want in. It's a 10-5, 10-2, 3 days later. FBI kicked out 2 more thousand. Carlin was Henley chastised victim one because someone associated with victim one stated that he was working with Henley. Henley told victim one that victim one had to pay Henley for victim one's associate using his name. Victim one told Henley that he had nothing to do with it, and he questioned how to get the money from him. Henley repeatedly said to tie him up if that was necessary, but Henley would not get involved. In the same call, Henley said that if victim one paid his rent, he would let him off for the weekly tax payment. Yo, crazy. FBI kicking that bread out. Robinson told victim one not to answer if Big U called him because Big U was demanding $5,000 from him that day. God damn. One paid Robinson $2,000 on camera. Well, by the FBI. $640 was victim one's own money. Robinson told victim one that Robinson was taking 25 to 50% of the payment to Henley, depending on the amount. Robinson then quoted Henley as saying that Robinson was getting soft with victim one, that Big U was going to fuck up victim one, and that Robinson was the only one saving victim one. Henley called victim one and stated that victim one only owed Henley a lot of money and to bring $2,000 weekly. So he back to the $2,000 again. Victim one paid $500 of his own money on camera. Victim one paid Robinson $1,500 from the FBI provided money on camera. Additionally, Henley, Big U, and Martin extorted victim 2 at Deja Vu, an international adult entertainment club at a location in Los Angeles on December 2nd, 2021, which Robinson and victim one later discussed on a consensual recorded call on January 20th, 2022, discussed above. As corroborated by recording and interviews with victim one, as well as a public social media post, Henley organized a birthday party at Deja Vu for himself and negotiated that he would receive roughly 33% at the bar from that night. Henley also promised that famous rappers would attend. He later then demanded the full profits from the night and threatened extreme violence if he was not paid the entire amount. Jesus, come on, Big U, yo. Yo, how would you move around there like that, yo? Yo, so we negotiated 33%, but you want everything. Specifically, yo, like he had picks. Yo, everybody wasn't going for this. I can tell you that now. Everybody was not going for this. You got to kill some people, yo. He was picking on the weak. Hell no, he ain't gonna do that in the feds. Specifically on December 2nd, 2021, on another consensual recorded call, Henley called victim 1 to discuss the extortion payments related to Henley's birthday party at Deja Vu. Victim 1 previously promoted Deja Vu and had initially connected victim 2, the new promoter, with Henley about having Henley's birthday party there. Victim 2 had agreed to pay Henley $30,000 in exchange for celebrity rappers, including Cameron Jabril Thompson, aka Wiz Khalifa, Clifford Johnson, aka T.I., as well as other famous guests, to accompany Henley to Deja Vu for his birthday on December 2nd. Deja Vu promoted the event on social media using Wiz Khalifa image, which would bring in more customers who wanted to party with those famous celebrities. The following is a transcript of a portion of a conversation between victim 1 and Henley on the day of the party. Victim 1, he must have had a Y on. I was trying to get you about 20,000. Henley, 30,000. Fuck you talking about, nigga? 20,000. I sold it for 30. The whole thing for 30. And I got to get all the people 30,000 because that shit viral. It's all over the city. Got me in tour with my wife and everybody else. And that's the number you told me. Victim 1. But if Wiz don't come, now he's yelling at nigga, I wouldn't give a fuck if Wiz don't come. I'll tear that bitch up. It won't be a club there no more. You don't tell me if Wiz don't come, nigga. Fuck you and Wiz, bitch. That's what he might as well told him. Hey, yo, big you out this bitch geeking. But is what I sold. I wouldn't give a fuck if you knew T.I. wasn't never coming. And T.I. said he was getting that motherfucking drop. So that's on Vay. If it ain't get it. If he ain't get it, I guess. That's on Vay. That's on you and Vay. I don't want to hear nothing. You ain't going to use my name all over this motherfucker. You need to bring me my money now, bitch. I'm getting it from Tubbs. And then later on, like 2 or 3 hours, they're going to let me borrow some money. Yo, this nigga is diabolical. So they took a loss. So victim 1 took a loss. Did victim 2 even profit in one of his clubs? Like, he didn't get shit. Matter of fact, I'm going to have my niece and them come and get it. Joe used his niece. Yo was reckless. She probably know it was extortion money. Later in the call, victim 1 and Henry discussed various business details related to booking the event at the club and the revenue victim 2 is expected to earn from the event. Big U described his expectation for the event and said that they were going to be 5,000 60s in this. And this motherfucker that's going to be pulling up. And if we got to tear the motherfucker up, we're going to tear it up. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. Bring me my money, bitch. The night of December 2nd, 2021, Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Kelton's Big U Enterprise Associates showed up to Deja Vu. Wiz Khalifa, T.I., and other promised guests did not arrive as promised. Victim 1 watched as Robinson, Martin, and 3 other associates took victim 2 into a back room and extorted $30,000 from him before returning to the main room to the party. But not only had they demanded a flat payment of $30,000, but also 30% of all proceeds from the party that night was advertised as going to development options. Nigga, fuck, you ain't making nothing. Fuck you talking about? We making everything. Transportation individuals in interstate commerce. On November 2022, Henley paid this girl $1,000 to transport 3 women from Central District of California to Las Vegas, Nevada to engage in prostitution and other crimes under law. Whoa, prostitution outside license of house of prostitution is in violation of Nevada revised that. So you can only fuck with prostitutes in Las Vegas. You can't bring your own prostitutes. During a wiretap, the FBI intercepted calls and text messages between Henley and the girl. Those communications included a call between Henley, the girl, and an unidentified male when Henley talked about a Vegas trip and told the men on the phone with them that the girl gonna make every bitch get naked. Right there, bitch, get naked. Give my brother some head right now. And she gonna make a bitch break down to go to work. Ain't no playing. Like, we ain't playing with these bitches. What you think this is? These bitches ain't playing. When they come in, they stripping. That's how you carried it. Following intercepted. Yo, this is a fucking 50-something-year-old man. Big U is tripping. intercepted communication, whoever. Investigators interviewed the girl in June 2023 at her residence. In the interview, although she initially denied her involvement with pimping and pandering, the girl also admitted to promoting prostitution, noting she was known for bringing the hoes. That's what I do, baby. Got the hoes. The girl said she did not consider herself a pimp, but created environments for women to do action and make money. The girl told whoever, Las Vegas, whatever, LAMTFF, whatever, she provided Henley with women as long as they were paid. That representation is corroborated by a series of intercepted calls from January 23rd when the girl said she was bringing 7 women to Henley, after which Henley talked to the girl and others about her being upset when they did not get paid right away. According to the girl, she told her women, cash before smash, bitch. We ain't, look, if you want to smash, you gotta give me that cash, baby. We ain't playing no games tonight. You played with us last time when he gave us half. When investigators confronted her with an intercepted call between her and Henley on November 10th, 2022, which was discussed below, the girl confirmed a Zelle payment of $1,000 from Henley. She advised that the $1,000 payment was for her to close her food truck. Well, to close a food truck. Accompany him to Las Vegas to cook food and transport the woman with her. So the woman was free. The woman was free. This is corroborated by the intercepted messages and phone calls at the end of the trip on November 18, 2022. The girl sent a $500 payment on Zelle. Henley sent the girl $500 payment on Zelle. At the interview, investigators requested that the girl meet with them the following day at the FBI Los Angeles field office to download the contents. The girl was advised not to speak with Henley anymore about the interview or anyone else about the interview. However, a subsequent intercepted communication between Henley and others, including the girl, showed that after her interview, she met with Henley and other Big U Enterprise hosts to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after, with an associate calling Big U demanding to talk to him immediately about him and the girl. On that call, Henley made sure the caller kept the girl where she was at so that Henley could meet up with her about it. The next day, the girl talked on the phone about what happened yesterday on the day of her interview and the day she apparently met with Big U. Shorty, what the fuck are they? A Fluge asked Big U if he was okay in the company and complained that they, presumably law enforcement, were just trying to paint a picture. A Fluge did not meet at the FBI Los Angeles field office the day after her interview with as she had agreed to do, and has not otherwise cooperated with law enforcement since meeting with the Henley following the interview. On other later intercepted calls, Big U complained to associates about meeting with the girl. For example, on June 29, 2023, associate asked Big U if he received a photograph of a business card. Investigators left her 3 days earlier when they interviewed the caller about Henley and told him they had asked about $95,000 she had deposited in her bank account per Henley's instructions. Unprompted, Big U told her they approached a woman he was having sex with and talked to her about how Big U was trying to buy girls and be a pimp. Big U said he was stressed out and that his lawyer told him to stay off the phone. The next day, on June 30, 2023, Henley told another caller that investigators had told a Fluge that she was going to be charged with sex trafficking based on a recorded call they had had of Henley telling one of his partners that a Fluge can find girls when they want to go out of town. So this been going. Henley said, shit, so you going to get me and say my crime is sending girls for money? Is that a crime? Adult girls? You hear me? It's not like it's some kids. Not like it's a boy. We're talking about grown-ass women. She must ain't know the law. Disaster relief. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care about what you stole from the state. Fuck them. Big U was a J. Big U was moving around like a YN. You thought he could do it all. He thought he could be a motherfucking a fucking public face, a goddamn extortionist, a robber, a killer. Like, yo, was tripping. It was stealing money. Payments from donor 5 was intended as a charitable donation and was not intended to be given to Henley. The FBI, RSCI have confirmed that donor 5 check was deposited into the development absence account in Los Angeles branch. The JP Morgan branch utilized service outside of California. The further transfer again utilized by JP Morgan service outside of California. On November 8, 2022, Development Options received a $100,000 wire donation from Donor 6, a production company. The purpose of the payment was a donation to support the Crenshaw Rams youth football team by covering the cost of one student athlete. And the Crenshaw Youth Football and Cheer Organization, instead, Henley embezzled $36,000 of the donation by transferring the funds into his personal checking account in multiple transfers from November 10th, 2022 through December 1st, 2022. The donations was taken as a charitable donation to DT's personal tax return. And all this bitch stealing money from the kids. You out here pimping bitches, stealing money from the kids, robbing, killing. Gee, Chris, wow ass nigga. That's why Wack was scared to death of this nigga. He like, man, I gotta beat this nigga on the internet. I can't fuck with him in the streets. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I was on Clubhouse earlier, right? They kept trying to bring me up on stage. I don't want to share on stage with that fuck boy. I was in the comments calling him a rat. They kept trying to bring me up. I don't got nothing to say to yo. He know he ratted. He know he lined this boy up. In addition to RW's murder, robbery, extortion, interstate transportation for prostitution, riot, fraud, and bank fraud offenses described here in the investigation has revealed additional evidence of other activity that demonstrates that Big U enterprise constitutes an enterprise under 18 U.S. Code 1961, and that Big U enterprise threatens and commits violence acts that allow it to operate. For example, intercepted calls included discussions of Big U enterprise, its association with Rollin 60'S, and issues with the Big U enterprise members or associates, including Rollin 60'S members, perceived as not behaving properly under the dictates of Big U enterprise. Additionally, the calls demonstrate the hierarchy of Big U enterprise, with both Henley's own words showing his leadership and other Big U enterprise members discussing Henley's leadership of Big U enterprise. The calls also show Henley commitment to demanding respect and extracting violence if it is not received. So basically, get down or lay down. Much like the murder of RW. Further, the following criminal activity informs the fraudulent misrepresentation about Big U enterprise entities like development options and unique music reformation and contracts such as pandemic relief loans specifically. Henley cursed the witness to recant a statement. On December 9th, 2022, WM, a former professional football player in the NFL and one of Henley's associates, beat a victim over the head with a bottle at a restaurant in Los Angeles. The assault was captured on video and publicized online. Y'all remember this? In an intercepted call on December 23rd, 2023, Henley called the assault victim relative JS and instructed him to go to the lineup, tell him to pick the wrong person. Then on January 2nd, 2022, on a multi-way telephone call that was also intercepted, Henley said, the young nigga gonna say he stole his watch out of the bathroom, and a former NFL player come to get his watch back, and it turned to something else. He's going to apologize for stealing. The former NFL player watch. Who you talking about, y'all? Who got that watch took? He's going to apologize for stealing the former NFL player's watch. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was somebody. He thought it was his watch. The former NFL player came back to get his watch, and it turned into a scuffle. They were only trying to prevent a crime. Case dismissed. On January 6, 2023, on another intercepted call, Henley called Jess again and told him that the victim needed to take blame for the incident. to avoid criminal charges for the former MFO player. Later that day, the FBI surveilled Henley as he and JS met with the victim's father. Then on January 9, 2023, while on intercepted call with JS, Henley told JS to get the criminal case off them. Henley did not want the fact that the victim was not pressing charges. Did not want the fact that the victim was not pressing charges to be attributed to Henley and JS. On another intercepted call on January 9, 2023, Henley told his son that Henley met with the man who was suing the former NFL player. The next day, JS called Henley, told him he would talk to his lawyer, and that Henley did not have anything to worry about. There are a number of calls intercepted during the course of the investigation which Henley bragged about violence, and that I believe showed that Big U Enterprise continued intention to intimidate and control members of the community through fear and violence. In multiple calls, Henley recounted sending someone to Minnesota to collect several $100,000, of which he admitted to taking a cut from a current NBA All-Star. This debt is purportedly collected on behalf of someone who Henley refers to as Jew Boy. Whoa, so he working with the Jews too? Jesus Christ. The Jews extorting? Why they ain't on the indictment? The fuck? Who's Jew Boy? Jew Boy don't belong here? In trying to intimidate a car shop owner into agreeing that Henley had paid the full amount he owed, Henley actually paid less than half. Henley recounted that he obviously paid the entire because he had just done a robbery and gave all the proceeds to the car shop owner. Fuck Jew Boy, yeah. Jew Boy need to be on here. Get the owner on the phone, and that Henley would kill the shop owner if you don't get him on the motherfucking phone. In talking to a former NFL Pro Bowler, Henley stated that he was going to beat the shit out of witness 2 for starting shit between Henley and Wack 100. Talking to a former NFL Pro Bowler. Speaking to someone in jail, Henley said he always had 2 blowers on him. Speaking to some person, Henley stated he was going to charge someone in federal prison $6,000 for a phone. Yo, he extort niggas in the prison too? God damn, this nigga ain't got no cut cards. Anybody, yo, how you extort niggas in prison, bro? $6,000 for the phone? Yo, for real though, Lovato, yo. Like, yo, I don't think phones cost $6 yo. Like, god damn, I know they hard to get in that bitch, but 6, they'll put a little bit tax on that motherfucker, boy. He stated he would pay $50 each to beat somebody up. He even counted paying people to mess up a store that refused to give him a discount. And he told someone that he needed to hang OG Crip Cuz and that he needed to be disciplined thoroughly for a violation of cripping. Who the fuck is Crip Cuz? And he again stated he needed to break Wack's jaw on 12/30/2022. Henry counted being bigger than any Roll 60 member, including Nipsey Hussle. Henry stated if he had an issue with anyone, they would be no longer alive. Henry counted Coach DS, on how to portray himself to the media, including telling him to wear glasses and to claim DS worked for development options, even though he did not. And he told DS he needed to at least break witness 2's jaw. That's the very least you can do. At least break his jaw, yo. Like, I ain't asking for much. We ain't trying to kill him. His jaw need to be broke. Shit. Where you get the message, keep playing with the bread. Henry described tooling up with a firearm even when he goes to Crip neighborhoods. Big U told someone in prison he was buying 6 phones that he could be smuggled in and sold for $1,000 a piece. Oh, all right, so that's what the 6,000 was. Like, why they put it in the paperwork twice? He told someone that another person was a rat and done. Henry again described needing to beat the shit out of Wack 100. Henry described threatening to kill Great Street Crips. Henry described being the hunter of the Rolling 60s and having paperwork on individuals. Henry told Robinson he was going to break Victim 1's jaw. Henry stated he was going to break the jaw of a business manager who worked for a former NBA MVP. Henry described the modus operandi of the Big U Enterprise, which included robbing individuals but not taking everything from them so they could continue to work, be robbed, identify other robber targets, and buy their stolen things back from Big U Enterprise. Henry asked someone to grab a firearm from him that he left under the tire of a car. Henry described was blatant individual who was going to be robbed in the near future. Henry discussed sending a message to a dispensary owner that he fucked up. He fucked with the wrong guy. Henry recounted slapping G-Boy. So G-Boy at least got slapped. He ain't in the indictment, but he at least got slapped. Like that's the best we can do with G-Boy. He probably deserved to get slapped. Robinson told Henry that Robinson told G-Boy that he owed them money, that they would allow a payment plan, but if he did not pay, they were going to shut his motherfucker down. Henry asked someone to grab Henry's blower, which he left on the ground in a blue sweatshirt in front of a tire. Why are they mentioning things twice? Robinson told victim 1 that he was necessary to have a firearm when hanging out with Henry. Henry recounted to victim 1 an incident in which Henry and Rollin 60 gang members chased down Wack 100, attempting to hurt him. There's 15 to 20 niggas with us, with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on all black, tied down. She like, boom. She jumped in the car, paid for. Oh, she like, boom. She jumped in the car, paid for, and then took off. Boom. This nigga screaming. My wife, drawers. I see you, Eugene. I see you. Eugene Hanley, I see you. He's screaming all that. He got his blower out. But he's fucked up because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass nigga. I'm like, yeah, bitch ass nigga. He like, die here, man. Don't do this. My wife, my kids in that car. Drawers, don't do this. He's screaming. So that's what happened when they seen Wack at the motherfucking venue that he was lying about. That man was scared for his life. Joe was calling that man name out. Eugene, Big U, don't do it. Don't do it, Big U. Talking all that gangster shit online. Don't do it, Big U. My kids here. Yo, these niggas be crazy. Like, yo, how you, like, yo, all that shit he was talking online, though. It's content, bro. You know? Robinson told victim 1 that Henry could not be patted down at a club because he would be armed. Open source records. We back at open source again. That I received on March 13th, 2025. Lists Henry's residence will be found. What's this? Property of. Oh, we ain't gonna do all that. We ain't reading that. Yo, Big U is wild. Oh, this is the last day before they grabbed him. So they was already on him. I think we need to read this. What up, y'all? I'm ready to get my partner to step in.
Big U indictment. Henley's Mercedes occurred outside of Henley's 62nd Street premises as Henley was returning home. The Title III wire interceptions of Henley's telephones included GPS data that showed Henley residing at Henley's 62nd Street premises during the months-long interception period. In December 2024, Henley appeared on the local news claiming that $40,000 worth of toys was stolen from outside of Henley's 62nd Street residence. On January 28, 2025, FBI SAs served a subpoena at Henley's 62nd Street premises, and Henley's wife accepted service there. Additionally, based on cell site location information that the FBI and LAPD began receiving on March 14, 2025, pursuant to a state search warrant, I know that Henley's phones both were at Henley's 62nd Street residence overnight, indicating that he slept there. FBI SA Desmond Beverly further observed Henley's Mercedes at Henley's 62nd Street residence on March 14, 2025. Finally, over the last night, from March 16, 2025 to March 17, 2025, cell site location information placed Henley's phones at Henley's 62nd Street residence throughout the night. 171. Throughout the course of the investigation and during the Title III intercepts, Henley discussed his ownership of Henley's Arlington premises, including making various trips to Henley's Arlington premises. These discussions included sending others to Henley's Arlington premises to pick up things for him, including his toy. 27. Henley also set up an extortion payment to be paid by victim 1 at Henley's Arlington premises. 27. In my training and experience and investigation into this case, I know toy to be a slang term referencing a firearm. Case 2:25, M01494, duty document 1 filed March 17th, 25, page 87
yeah,
of
Big
107
Big
page
U
ID,
going, they gonna send Big
87.
U. What's that prison? What that shit in Colorado or something? They gonna send Big U to one of them motherfucking super max. He gonna be up that bitch with Larry Hoover some motherfucking by. Like they're not sending yo. Once he catches time, oh shit, they're not sending yo to Florence. That's where that ADX. Yeah, they're not sending yo to no regular. Yeah, he got too much pull, man. He got too much pull. He ain't going to no regular prison.
87, which was completed on camera. Victim 1 was also called to Henley's Arlington premises to collect items that the Big U enterprise robbed from the marijuana dispensary discussed above. At times, Henley has previously rented Henley's Arlington premises to tenants and directed others collect rent from tenants at Henley's Arlington premises. I ran an LA Clear public information search on March 13, 2025, and no other individuals are listed as currently residing at Henley's Arlington premises. Based on my training and experience and my knowledge of this investigation, I believe that Henley and the Big U enterprise use Henley's Arlington premises as a location, separate and apart from Henley's primary residence, i.e. Henley's 62nd Street premises, in which to conduct illegal activity to avoid detection by law enforcement. 172. Throughout the investigation and during the Title III wiretap interceptions, Robinson slept at Robinson's premises nearly every night and otherwise came and went from Robinson's premises, indicating that the location is his domicile. FBI SAs and task force officers have conducted extensive surveillance during the course of the investigation and have witnessed Robinson at Robinson's premises.
Yo, but see this how I be telling you,
Robinson's premises.
These people are watching you, you'll never fucking know it. Remember how I was telling you how not the feds, but how I was being watched by homicide? These motherfuckers outside my house every fucking day. I didn't notice that shit until I got booked. Like, oh, these people are good at what they do, y'all. Stay the fuck away from them.
Robinson's premises and have heard on recordings Robinson discussing his desire to stay at Robinson's premises in the San Fernando Valley, to stay out of Los Angeles. Robinson's cell site location information that the FBI and LAPD obtained pursuant to a state search warrant on March 14, 2025, showed that his phone was at Robinson's premises overnight that night. Case 2:25, MJ 01494, duty document 1 filed March 17, 25, page 88 of 107.
On March 15, 2025, at approximately 10 p.m., FBI SA Matthew Hutchinson returned to Robinson premises. Cell site location data placed Robinson's phone at Robinson's premises after he returned. Finally, over that night, on March 16, 2025 to March 17, 2025, cell site locations information placed Robinson's phone at Robinson's premises throughout the night. Throughout the investigation, FBI SAs and task force officers observed Martin at Martin's premises, consistent with it being Martin premises primary domicile. Despite the open source records and financial records listed another address for Martin. So they just tell you how they locked everybody up. We ain't gotta read all that. How they got everybody. They probably locked his wife up too, man. Did his wife get locked up, y'all? Did your wife get locked up too? She did get locked up? Oh, all right, I figured that. Yeah, because they're going to put the squeeze on them. They're going to put the squeeze on them by locking her up. Yeah, Big U wife. Who said it ain't a strong case? Hey, Vanguard, you ain't hear the evidence? They got wiretaps through the fucking roof. Oh, she didn't get locked up? Oh, all right. Yeah, Vanguard, you must just got in, bro. Nah, he ain't gonna be able to tell. He gonna die if he tell. He ain't telling. He want to. I mean, he ain't got that much life left. We 20 years. He be out of here. 15 years. They got cooperating witnesses. They got over 50. They got over 50 witnesses, bro. Some of these niggas, they got 50 witnesses. They got 50 witnesses. Wack 100. They got the interviews. Let's go to this shit. Cause we done with this. It's only 100 something pages. We read the whole the whole shit. So let me show y'all what we working with. Cause I did a video on this. Look at the title of this video I did, y'all. I posted it. Why the fuck they keep trying to make me sign in, yo? Hold on, man. My bad, y'all. Keep trying to make me fucking sign in. Yo, come on with the dumb shit, man. It's not suspicious. It's me. Yo. What's up, son? What's up? What account? Oh, so you the one doing it? Where you signing that at? On what? On your phone? Oh, all right. All right, that's why I keep doing that. Just say yes is me. So let me show y'all something. Yo, it's crazy the amount of people that's just sitting over there listening to Wack. Like he get that bad book. He used. So look at this. Look at this video, y'all. I did this video a year ago. Wack 100 and Luce trying to send Big U to prison. A year ago. Let me show y'all this interview.
First step, create the LLC. It doesn't really cost that much to create a company. Everyone's scared about like going out.
Yo, what it is, people, we is back. Let's go right here. And there y'all, I got
Judge is actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen that nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why you writing down the serial doing like shit like that? And I didn't catch on.
This was all set up, yo. This was all set up. Wack 100 working with law enforcement. Luce Cannon being stupid. They set him up.
So it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this is high-tech shit.
Look, this is high-tech shit. I love it. Keep telling me.
Came down to like dirt and stuff like that. I'm gonna get it. You know? And then
Wack got his part. Go Luce. Go Luce. You dumb ass. Hey, Wack a fucking bozo.
One day, you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to that?
So
the club, when you sweated him in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross, drop off the 50,000 and we're gonna let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000.
And so me and the homies, we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, what you doing? Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, oh, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, nigga, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for... Like, what? Like, cuz that's some weird shit. And then he stopped answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you got to come and see me. And then it's like, we were doing a TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him to call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck are you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought, Big, you gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like...
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah. And
you like...
just talking on regular. So it's like, at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because...
You don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like, they be hot 1 minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like, you
and
just
30 minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him, boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom. It wasn't good enough, and then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
how did he know?
Yeah, no, but
that's crazy.
It's deep. So it's like, I don't know who. It's like, for me, it's like you telling me, oh, I'm fucking with the police or whatever like that, trying to...
My bad, y'all. I tried to answer this message.
Or whatever like that, trying to smooth your background out. So I'm like, on 6 I'm going to expose your buster ass, neighborhood crib. And if a nigga take it any type of way, they can get at me or I'll pull up and get at them.
I don't know how y'all feel about that interview. Let me just read that in the paperwork. Now listen to Wack explain it, y'all. Listen to Wack explain it. He can't even explain what he did. Listen to him.
People was wondering, is what Luke Cannon doing, is that like justice for Nip or is that snitching? Like, how do you see that? If what he's saying is true,
what you worry about?
Like, because assuming what he's saying is true, right? And he really got that, like,
man, hey bro, listen, little dude.
How do you?
Because you the only square nigga over here that be in all
right, that's why I'm asking the street
niggas. Do you not understand what I'm doing? I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm attacking one nigga only. Whatever they do, why they do it, it's they fucking business. If you don't see what I'm doing, nigga, something. If you Stevie Wonder, something, you ought to
think it's federal what he doing, though.
I don't give. Let me say it again.
Wack, I'm not talking about what you
doing. Let me slow it down again.
I said what
I don't give a what he doing.
I got you.
I'm torpedoing one nigga. Now let me tell you why I use the bozo, right? If you got a motherfucking Chicago Bulls jersey on, right? Are you gonna watch your teammates shot?
You saying that?
Would you ask me that?
But that's the thing. Luce wasn't ever on his team. He just was using Luce because Luce was stupid.
You got a nigga on the podcast.
You think I'm a speak against a nigga who's firing in the same direction I'm firing?
That's not what I asked, bro.
That is what you had. Don't ask me.
That shit was funny.
Hey, listen. I'm Team Luce Caddy, Team 600, Team Big U, nigga. So whatever that is what that is. Are you stupid?
Nah, very, very
stupid.
stupid.
It's recording in progress. You think I'm gonna say something against my team? I'm gonna swat my teammate shot? Dumbass.
That's not what I asked. Niggas on a fucking podcast talking about murder.
What's going on, dummy?
Don't get more federal than that. Like, if you can't see that,
I don't give a fuck. That's your
That's real, bro.
That's your answer.
Bro, what minute it don't matter what Wack say. The next minute you can't what Wack say. What nigga don't? I don't give a what he do.
Well, just to us square niggas, it just look a little federal. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, to a square nigga, you gonna tell anyway.
No. See, that's one thing between me and you, nigga. I'm not in paperwork. Like, let's not cross that line, Wack.
You don't even know what paperwork. I'm not on paperwork.
I know you on paperwork. I know you on paperwork.
I don't give a fuck, Big U. That's what I give a fuck about.
No, I'm talking about your paperwork.
Never happened.
You want to go there?
What happened? If you want to come to me, Doug, about what
man, where y'all come from, man?
I'm gonna go on mute, bro. You got.
So want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about something real?
My name ain't Luce Cannon. My name ain't Adam. Wack said a whole lot. Now, if you feel like Wack said something that you got an issue with, you can ask.
Bro, I asked you a question on what you thought that was.
Shout out Luce Cannon. Shout out 600.
Everybody's saying the same thing. That's why I asked you.
Shout out to Adam and Wack Show. That's it. You still ain't caught on. I wish a bozo like you would throw a monkey wrench in my program.
Told you.
What you say don't matter.
Man book.
What you say don't matter. I don't know, is it?
You rather get a snitch on Big U. Like, I'm being respectful. I asked you a question.
What you say? What another nigga say on the podcast?
No.
What he say?
You invited a nigga on the platform to tell about crimes and guns.
And I don't do no editing. Rule number 1 for Wack coming to know
you don't pretend like you don't hear me, but bro,
rule number 1 is no editing to happen. What a nigga say, he gonna stand on it. Rule number 1. For Wack,
bro, why not just fight Big U, Wack? Like, why you trying to get off the street?
Rule number 2 is Wack bring who he want to bring.
Why don't you just fight Big U? Why you trying to get him off the street, man? Like, it sounds like you trying to send him to jail, bro.
I don't know who he is, but Shorty hit the nail right on the motherfucking call. For lack of better words, Wack 100 is actively trying to send Big U to prison, and he's doing it through Luce Cannon, whoever he is. Yeah, I telling you, I don't know why people don't realize. I'm saying since the beginning. Did that video? How long I did this video? How the fuck I did this video? January 24th. 2024. January 24th, 2024. That man dirty, man. Big U dirty too, though. I think Wack just was scared of Big U. Big U had that man in fear. Let's see what Wack has to say about this. FBI. It's the last time I ever. It's the last day I'm ever listening to anything Wack guys say, y'all. Like I'd never play him again. He gotta go into the Lil Woody category. You know, the FBG Butters. I don't watch the 1090 Jakes. Like I don't watch none of them niggas. He had to go there.
If you're not married, who's in line? If you ain't married with kids, who they gonna notify first?
The mama.
There you go. The mother just tapped in, said he's in custody. They notified the mom.
Look at him.
Like I told you on the 100 side of the clubhouse, information rolls through. We get it. We discuss it as content. We in the metaverse in this moment.
It's not content, y'all. It's not content. See what I tell you? That's that bullshit. They're selling you this content idea so they can sell you out. Oh, it's content. Your content should lead in indictments, bro. Content should not lead in indictments. Content should not lead to murders. This is real. These guys are snitching. They're telling over the internet. It's not content.
Motherfucker. We got 698 people in here. I'm sorry, 706 people in here. I can't see the chat. We're going to continue to keep the ball rolling. They picked up 2 more people since since the room been running. It looked like Big U's the main one they picked up. looks like from the Luce Cannon thing, his wife has shown that they've also picked up Luce Cannon.
You ain't lying.
From his YouTube channel.
He's just telling it, though he's not. He's just telling them in the interrogation room. That's his interrogation room. What's up, Bob?
Hey, Queen. Salute. Next we get into the Title 3 wiretaps. You ready?
I already read all that.
So, if you don't, you're ready.
Hey, this shit getting crazy. Oh,
He act like he don't know all this information. Hey, where is the damn fool? Oh, this is you read the indictment. They briefed you on it before they put it out. The fuck out of here, fuck boy.
Bro, we got some shit finna get crazy. Let's keep going. We'll figure out who LDKF is.
Hell no, he ain't get no bail. That man in danger. That nigga's a danger. That nigga ain't that big. You ain't never coming home. You hear the shit they said they alleged he did? Yo, what you mean I hate Wack 100, bro? Wack 100's the police, real? What the fuck, real? Like, yo, you be police. Like, yo, how loud can I say it, yo, for people to understand it? I hate all of them. They're out here actively sending people to jail. Tell me I hate Wack 100. No, I'm telling you the truth about Wack 100. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you the truth about who Wack 100 is. He's a fucking agent. Employed by the FBI. That shit was 9 minutes.
So this is gonna probably be my last video.
You should hate him too, y'all. You should hate him too. I think he's been employed since they was investigating death row. I think he's been employed for a long ass time. I think he's been employed for a long ass time.
I'm gonna turn myself in to see what's going on.
Oh, what the fuck do a new administration gotta do with him being real? Stop, y'all. Stop speaking on shit you don't know nothing about. A new administration ain't got shit to do with him being a agent.
So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600.
That don't got nothing to do with the agent.
When they raided my house.
What are you talking about? That mean they switch agents every 10 years.
What y'all dealing with?
What you think? What you think? Like, I mean, like he works for the FBI? Like he's got yo, he's a CI, bro. He's a CI. He's a confidential informant. That's what I mean by he's an FBI agent. He's a confidential informant. That's who he is. Just like Charleston White. That's who Charleston White is, your savior. Yo, it's obvious. Big U said it. He said he gonna release video.
To y'all, when they raided my houses and my property, it was asking about Wack. Wack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all.
Yo, they did it. They did it through the internet, bro. All of them interviews, all of that wild shit, all of that stuff was intentional. It was intentional, bro. It was intentional to shine the light over to him. I got a witness, another one, Luce Cannon.
On the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what they're saying, all y'all giving these likes and hitting likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all.
See, that's the thing, y'all. We not living in that world no more, y'all. We not living. Yo, how can I explain this to y'all, yo? Yo, these guys are doing interviews, snitching. They're doing interviews, snitching. The feds are watching. What you mean? You don't need proof. I just showed you. The Fed, that video I just played, that was in the paperwork. Did y'all notice that, right? Y'all notice that video I just played was in the paperwork, right? Wack brought Luce Cannon up there. Like, yo, people, y'all is tripping. Like, what do you mean? How don't you agree? It's obvious. Like, I just don't see how. I don't see how you don't agree. It's obvious. They're snitching on interviews intentionally. FBI over here. Look over here, FBI. Big U stealing money. Big U extorting people. Hey, here we go. The fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Yo, ain't no regular person doing that. Yo, ain't no regular person, ain't no grown man. I ain't talking about a kid. Ain't no grown man doing that. Would you do it? For the people that disagree, would you get on an interview and do the shit that Wack 100 is doing? Implicating people in all these type of crimes. Like, oh, sometimes you just gotta use common sense, yo. Like I know common sense ain't common, yo. But sometimes you just gotta like light bulb got to cut on. How many of y'all and how many of y'all that disagree get on platforms and talk about crimes at a grown age? I ain't talking about children. No, it's not the internet. That's Proud they got you, bro. They got you. You fell for it. That's not the internet. I don't do it. Urban politicians don't do it. Everybody don't do it. Dougie Diamonds don't do it. Everybody don't do it, man. The people that operate like that are doing it for a reason. They're doing it for a reason. Wack is supposed to be a street guy. That's what he said he was, right? Went to prison, did all these things he said he did. He know better. He know better. So if he's going on these platforms saying these things, it's intentional. You're trying to bring awareness. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know the one. I don't see how people don't get it. Like, that shit's frustrating me. Man, all right.
If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community.
Thank you, Stoney. It's like, yo, come on, like, yo, nobody, that's not normal. Like, yo, they see, the problem is they trick people into saying it's content. Yo, that content word is dangerous. It ain't content. The shit that Adam 22 is doing ain't content. Those are interrogations. The shit Vlad do sometimes, that ain't content. Content shouldn't get you killed, man. The shit Sean Cotton do, that ain't content. The shit he did with Go Yayo wasn't content. He's asking that man about beefs. Like, what is wrong with you? So I get it. When you out on the outside and looking in, it may be, you might look at it like content. You know, because you ain't never experienced that lifestyle. So to you, it may be content. But it ain't. Because content shouldn't get you killed, man. You shouldn't go to prison for content. So you don't get it when it kind of Wack. You just like Wack, Prada. You being a fan, bro. You just like him, bro. How you get it when it come to that, but you don't get it when it come to Wack? Wack one of the worst ones at it. Oh, all right. Yo, that content word dangerous. That's why I don't use it. I stopped using that word a minute ago when I realized they was weaponizing it. They weaponizing that word content to diminish the value of what they doing. That's what that word does. Like unalived. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they're giving people these words to diminish the value of what's really going on. Drill music. It's kill music. That's what it is. But if you call it kill music, it don't have the same ring. So let's call it drill. Let's call it drill music. It's just amazing to me that people can't see that. Oh, it's content. We actively talking about crimes that people can go to prison for, people can get killed for. But it's content. Here we are. We're gonna continue being sold out, yo, until people wake up, man.
Up to our community. I'm committing crimes and covering up with the kick my houses in, community, and do what you can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in, though. Because I ain't did nothing. This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They called him my son.
This with content. This is content, y'all. Matter of fact, this is the after effects of what y'all call content. He's going to explain it. This is content for people. Meanwhile, this is real life. That's the problem with that content word. It voids substance. It voids reality. This is real life, man. He's going through this. Bricc Baby is going through this. Luce Cannon, all the rest, they are going. This ain't content. It's real. It's not a movie. It's like, yo, what the fuck, man? People is fucking lost out this bitch.
Painted my houses and my property. They was asking about Wack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet. All y'all who be promoting and listening to what they're saying. All y'all giving these likes and hidden likes. All y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you. They go on the internet and do what they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in, though.
It's the thing, though, y'all. What he did was no good, but what Wack did wasn't no better. What he did was no good, but what Wack did wasn't no better. What Luce Cannon did wasn't no better. All of it is foul. All of it is foul, man. Let them people do their job. The fuck is you assisting them for? The fuck is you assisting them for? They get paid handsomely. Work 80 hours a week. Maybe even 100. Who knows?
Because I ain't did nothing. This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him. You know what I mean? These dudes tagging him. What kind of shit is this? But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got the last thing to say. Wack said he's gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is. That's what the whole play is.
I say he assisted, real. You know what an assist is, right? You know about basketball?
I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people.
Yo, the FBI destroyed the black community. FBI, CIA destroyed the black community. And you motherfuckers is praising these niggas that work with them. Like, yo, people must don't know history. Like, yo, people must don't know history. Why the fuck are we praising people that's assisting the FBI? Knowing what they have done historically to the black community. Historically. But since you like the guy, oh, I don't care if you're an agent. Like, man, that shit sound foolish.
People that I don't even talk to. That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know how to work Cannon. Everybody know how to work Bricc. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turn against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and Wack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff.
But they ain't say that. We just read all the paperwork, Alvin. It ain't say. It just said he got a sealed case. It ain't say nothing about no AK.
With developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes. Ain't covered nothing up with developing option. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no
right.
evidence.
I talk about him all the time, Stone.
It's gonna be
I talk about Edward Snowden all the time.
People in jail for a bunch of different crimes.
Real just don't have integrity, y'all.
They filling up all of us up and say it's all the Rollin 60's. Watch and see. You just seen it with us.
I read the paperwork, Al. The whole joint.
I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. All right, man, just pray for me. And again, they can do any one of us. It ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police? And y'all sitting there following them. Everybody that's a part of them shows, and 100 shows, and all them shows, and y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black. And y'all show ain't for our people. They can put charges against anybody. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option for some front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture, they going to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them?
Yo, the crazy thing about it, right? A lot of them names, they're not even in the indictment. Like, who the fuck are they? Are they the witnesses? Cause they're not in. It's like it was only about 4 names in that whole indictment or complaint. They probably gonna be more clearer once they come down with the indictment. But all them people, they weren't even in the motherfucker.
It's all a big picture.
All right.
Now I'm gonna be sitting in here. It's gonna be years out my life. Again, you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. Look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not.
I ain't gonna lie, Big U. It's definitely over.
This is my last video before I turn myself in.
Hold on.
I'm with my family. Talk to my sons. I talk to everybody, man. I'm just gonna deal with this fight.
Yo, you don't think I'll call them niggas a rat? Real, you be out of real, out of real. Out of where you think this is, I will call them niggas a rat to their face. Okay.
See what it is. I just want y'all to know. All this stuff is quagmire. Shit's all bullcrap.
So you think I'm an internet character? This is my internet persona.
I don't even know what to say. Now, 21 years, I elevated my family. Come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. And people are supposed to help me. I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted.
Yeah, man, them boys played a dirty game with y'all. They played a dirty game with them. They weaponized the internet and weaponized ignorance.
Like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and as soon as we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how do they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen it get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like like that, and I didn't catch on. So
no,
it
they ain't
was
had
like,
no DNA. They say DNA. It didn't exclude him, but it didn't confirm it was him either. Like that's not true. And that we read the whole paperwork.
I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like
Wack 100 played the shit out y'all. Where the fuck this was at? Oh, this is a separate indictment. So this just came out? I thought you said it was sealed. Hey, Alvin, I thought you said it was a sealed indictment. Y'all can't even see that shit. That's sealed and they got it on Reddit. So motherfuckers on Reddit, the police. So they got him for the pistol charge. He bought this on himself though. He bought this on himself by saying what he said about Dirk. That's why they hit his house. I told y'all that though. When Dirk got booked. Dang man, them boys fucked up. Don't forget y'all, No Jumper was bugged. Has anybody said that yet? I wonder if Adam knew. Y'all think Adam knew No Jumper was bugged? Y'all think they got his permission or they did a sneak and peek like they did fuck the guy name is, man. John Gotti. I just imagine what the fuck was said on those wiretaps. I mean on those audio recordings. Wack was scared of that man. That's where all that shit came from. That shit came from fear. Big U was down that bitch applying pressure. Wack got scared. So he played the internet game. That's what he did, y'all. He played the internet game, sick the police on him, and got him booked. Here riding. He just as riding as Big U. Just as riding as Big U. No different. These motherfuckers crazy, man. Damn. But if they was watching Keeping G News, they would have been aware. Cause I've been telling them, I've been trying to warn them. Yo, y'all better stop talking like that up No Jumper. Yo, y'all see what Wack doing? I ain't start calling Wack a Fed agent the last year. That's when my Fed agent claims on Wack 100 started. when he went up there and he did that interview and he said the things he said, I'm like, yo, this nigga's Asian. Because nobody would do that. No grown man would do that. That's some shit you see from a juvenile. Oh shit. But the crazy thing about it, the little kids that was just on No Jumper, they ain't even crash out like that. So you see a grown ass man plus 40. Like that's why it's so easy to identify them guys. You see a grown man plus 40 on the internet implicating people in crimes. He's a fucking agent. I don't need to see no paperwork. I don't need to see nothing. I know what the agent look like. The fuck. I know what the agent look like when I see him. A whole bunch. Two dudes from Chicago got booked. They probably had that bitch tapped for years. They had that bitch tapped for years. Yo, it don't make sense, yo. If it don't make sense, you gotta go with the obvious. I ain't got time to figure them out, nigga. You Asian. Fuck you, you working, nigga. Ain't nobody stupid. Can't fool me. Fucking rhetoric. And all the motherfuckers that sit around, I ain't never watching yo again. I guarantee we don't never do another video on Wack 100. Ain't gonna talk about it, ain't gonna watch them. None of it. No, I don't. Yo, look. Yo, you know about the agent back thing, right? With Stutterbox. Yo, Wack 100 caught a gun case. He didn't go to prison for it. Then he got on an interview and said Greg Caden owed him a favor. See, this is the thing, yo. People gotta understand, yo. I've been on the internet since 2019. No, not 2019. 2020. I've been on the internet since 2020. Right? So I remember when Alex Jones got kicked off. I remember when they revolutionized the internet. They changed it. Because this is the thing y'all gotta understand. Right? Blogging. All right. Before I get to blogging. For years, for decades, right? They have been able to control the narrative. Mainstream media. So now you got this blogging thing coming apart. You can't stop it. It's the new form of media. You can't stop it. So what do? How do you combat blogging? How do you combat it? You put your people in, man. You put your people in. And you bump them up to the top. So now, everybody got a voice. But our people's voice is going to be the loudest. That's why you got the time. It all happened. Let's think about this, y'all. They all came around 2019, 2020. That's when they all came. 1090J. What's the calm? Wack 100. They all came around the same fucking time, man. And they blew them up. Like, yo, it's so, like, yo, all you see, yo, when you, the average viewer ain't gonna notice that. Some people notice it. You feel me? If you paying attention, you can see what's going on. You feel me? But the average viewer, they don't see that. But since I was on the internet, yo, they gave me, that's why I still get a hard time. Yo, they was giving me such a hard time on this internet for speaking the truth. Taking my videos down, suspending my account, just for speaking the truth. So what they did was, they brought their people in. That's what they did. So it's easy to identify them when you see them. Then you start seeing them going way left. Like, oh, this ain't no black man. Yo, Wack 100 don't act like a black man in his 40s. Charleston White doesn't act like a black man in his 40s. Not on the internet. They're displaying ignorance. They're displaying stereotypes. And if you know anything about controlling the narrative, what's the narrative on black people? Definitely control that position, man. But it's crazy because it's like certain people that fell in love with these motherfuckers. They just don't want to see what's really going on. And what's really going on is a lot of these people on the internet are fucking agents. Like that's what it is. They fucking agents, man. They working with them people. Whether they got them on payroll or they just doing their bidding by speaking on crimes and calling it content. Either way, you working because you know what you know. How many more people is going to be indicted off the internet for people before grown men stop going to the internet talking about crimes? How many more got to get indicted? But if I can convince you that it's just content, you'll see past the bullshit. That's why I don't like that content word. If I can convince you, yo, it's content, you'll watch it. You'll laugh at it. Meanwhile, it's fucking leaving. It's devastation left behind. Meanwhile, people was dying. Meanwhile, people was going to prison for life. But it's content, though. It's not, yo. It's real. I've been telling y'all the internet real for the longest time. Like, this shit not no game. And what's going on right now in our community, black community, they giving us, they abusing it. They're abusing the internet for monetary gain. And for, you know, the other little shit they got going on, sending motherfuckers to prison. They don't want me to be the spokesman. Knowing I'm one of the best on this bitch. You know what I mean? They know that. They watch. How many of y'all been on here when they clip my live? When we was talking about Adam 22 and they clipped my live. When we was talking about Shannon Sharp and they clipped my live. Who was on that live, man? Charlene, y'all know you was here. G-Man was here. Turn the light straight off. Click. Damn. The fuck? They clipped my shit off. And it didn't. 2000 was here. And they ain't come back. I couldn't get back on. I had to turn my phone off. So you know they watch, you know they see who good and who not. But they don't want that. They don't want that. Yeah, Edward, you was here. They want motherfuckers that's gonna sell. I need you to sell these niggas. You feel me? I need you to sell them motherfuckers, man. Hell no. We don't need people enlightened. I mean, we don't need people. We need ignorance. As long as we can sell them ignorance, we're gonna get rich. Fuck them. And that's how they operate. And that's how you get a Wack 100. That's how you get a Bricc baby. That's how you get a Luce cannon. That's how you get a 6070. That's how you get a Gene Deal. That's how you get a who the fuck else is the other nigga? Big homie CC. That's how you get a who the fuck else is it? It's a lot of them characters, man. It's a lot of them characters. Yo, we could do so much better. We could do so much better, man. Just think about, right? Just think about if they didn't control the narrative. What if we could have controlled our own narrative? We could have canceled drill music. You don't even know who run them pages. Them pages that do all drill music content that don't show their face. Who the fuck runs them? Are they people? Are they bots? Who the fuck are they? Knowing how detrimental that is to the community. Yeah, they selling us, y'all. They selling us. Shit crazy. Like, yo, that's crazy, yo. The boys went down like that. Like, yo, for real, yo. Even with the bullshit Big U did, yo, the internet took that man down, man. Yeah, they had investigations going on, yo, but the internet was that was the nail in the coffin. That was Wack purpose. That nigga's elated right now. That nigga probably somewhere doing cartwheels and backflips. He been trying to take that man down for years. Probably so he can get in control of them contracts. And Luce Cannon just was a puppet. The feds probably told Wack 100 that Luce Cannon was beefing with Big U. Slide in somehow. We listen to his conversations. We know he wanna be known. He wants some clout. These people strategic, man. They're not stupid, man. That's why I always make sure I say that so people understand. Yo, we're not dealing with people that's stupid, man. I mean, we're not dealing with people that's stupid. We dealing with intelligence. I mean, we dealing with people that study a culture. You heard William O'Neill? No, that wasn't William O'Neill. The other dude that took down the freedom riders in Cali. You heard what Joe said? Man, they study this shit. Shit that you don't even pay attention to. That shit ain't stopped, yo. It probably just got better. Just like any other technology. But I appreciate everybody that tapped there. We 3 hours there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you can support the platform, Cash App, Baltimore Swag, man. Support the move, man. We going in, man. It's another day of Keep It G News. And I'm out. You heard me.